Well, here we are, episode 120. Got a little emotional there. On this episode, I have the usual crew, the Wrecking 2. Ooh, I like that. I just made that up. I have the usual crew of the Wrecking 2. We're going to be talking about 1986. Why am I doing all this yelling and extension of my voice? 86 was a good year. It was 1 year from going in the military and meeting Todd Sockman. On a lighter note, it should be a good show. So sit back, relax, enjoy 1986.
The KOFB studio presents Milk Crates and Turntables, a music discussion podcast hosted by Scott McLean. Now, let's talk music. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction as usual. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. You know the name, I'm not going to say it. Welcome to the podcast. We're streaming live right now over Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, D-Live, or not Twitter, X. Is anyone ever going to just call it X? Is that ever going to take hold? Or will it always be the artist formerly known as Twitter? I don't know. Does it matter? I don't think so. In the big picture. Did it matter in 1986 when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No! Oh, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to bring on the Wrecking 2. Mark Smith. Well, where is he? What's he? What? Lou
Late
Kikio.
to the party.
What the hell just happened there?
Hi.
Where I had this big intro and you just
Verbal warning time.
Be a long show.
Hey, at least I'm lit real nice.
That's right. You got nice lighting.
I mean,
now Lou's back in France.
I could do this.
He's back in Paris. So he has to be subdued.
It's nighttime in Paris.
Hey, good evening, Patty. Good evening.
Hi, Patty.
Hey, Patty.
She says, you're on time this week. Oh, yeah, I know. That was, I don't know, it's Lou's fault last week, I think, maybe. I don't know. Somebody's fault. Mark's fault.
Drummer's fault.
Yeah, it's just blame it on the drummer.
What am I apologizing for?
You don't need to know.
Okay.
I will say something.
It's always my fault.
Wait.
My autographed porcupine tree picture fell this week because that story you were telling, Lou, and I was banging my head against the wall.
I apologize for that.
Sorry. What do you apologize for?
I literally
never apologize.
Listen, you know what? You're apologizing. You go right into the penalty box. There is no apologizing on this podcast. This is not a soft podcast. This is a podcast where you speak your mind. We don't self-censor on Milk Crates and Turntables.
I won't show my scar. I promise you that.
Well, definitely in the box then. Definitely in the box then.
I noticed Colin's comment. Was it disturbing behavior? Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that was in that even evoked a comment on Twitter. Someone said it was one of the funniest stories they ever heard.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't happen to you. Yeah,
they even had the time. They had the time stamp from I don't know, it was 1 hour and 52 minutes to 1 hour and 57 minutes. Funniest 5 minutes, something like that.
We're at almost at 2 hours at that point.
I know. 3 hours.
Mark didn't go to bed early that night.
No. Oh, I was a wreck the next day.
But looking at the events of 1986, we're definitely not doing a 3-hour show tonight. Not a lot happened in 1986 as far as big things. Usually when we do these years, it's a significant list of music events. But I looked at it and went, oh, okay, we'll be talking about movies. All right.
Was it a relatively peaceful year?
I guess.
For me, I was concerned about graduating high school that year because I failed gym.
I was 1 year from going in the Air Force.
He failed gym.
Yeah.
Okay.
I graduated college that year, and then I took another year off. Took from that point on. So I had to go to I guess they call it summer school. So they let me go to graduation, but I didn't get a diploma because I was a couple credits short. But I had it set up for the summer class thing, and Tiffany Van Hill, that's my buddy. Good evening. She says good afternoon, so evidently she's in another time zone.
And y'all. Is she in the South?
She's in the Southwest.
South Boston?
Southwest, yes. If she's, but I know what she means. Tiffany's my buddy. Spent the day with her the other day on Tuesday at a big Mission United Veterans Conference of all these different non-for-profits that are helping veterans. It's a great time.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Tiffany and I stole sandwiches.
Nice. Stole.
All right, I'm gonna tell you the story. It wasn't me.
What kind of sandwiches?
Well, it wasn't me. I'm just saying it wasn't me. It wasn't my idea. So everybody leaves, and they had the Mission United. They're former the United Way. She says no, just working a different internal time clock. Running there. That's a busy girl. She is a busy girl. But back to the story. So Tiffany and I were like the last ones to leave the conference. The guy that was running it, he's a buddy of mine from Mission United. He's talking to some people. So he had kept saying throughout the conference, eat the food, because the whole back table was just all, sandwiches and mac salads and desserts and drinks. And he's like, eat the food. So we're about to leave. And Tiffany says, hey, it's a lot of food over there. And I said, yeah, it is. She says, well, she goes, I'm going to get some. I
do the same.
I said, okay, I'm with you, right? So we go over and she gets a plate. She gets it. And the sandwiches were like mini subs. Like she said, Tiffany said, oh my God, my 95-year-old grandma would have killed me if I let them throw it away. You're not getting out of this one that easy, Tiffany. No. That's a deflection. She says, she did say can't let good food go to waste. So she did say that, right?
That's true.
So she gets a sandwich, and they were like a good 8-inch subs, right? And they were cut in half with a big toothpick. So she gets one. I said, well, I don't really want to cook dinner tonight, so I grabbed two. Right?
Yeah, you need two.
One for me, one for Dr. Vera, right?
Or two for you.
Yeah, no. So, and then I went a step further. I looked around and I put them in my bag. I stuffed sandwiches in my bag. Like I'm hiding them, like somebody's going to see me doing this, right? There's nobody there.
I do the 2 paper plates and I just squash them.
That's what Tiffany did. She's proper like that. I stuff them in a bag.
So you felt the need to hide it. You could have just walked out with it.
Yeah. My grandma's favorite was the avocado.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, they covered they ran the gamut of vegan, vegetarian, and they put on a good spread. It was a very interesting conference.
Did you steal any salad? And so how?
I really didn't want to put salad in my bag because I had some swag in there.
Yeah.
I had some swag. I didn't need salad all over my water bottle. Why do they always give water bottles away? Haven't these places figured out yet that every freaking conference you go to or whatever you do, there's always water bottles? Yeah. You know how many water bottles I have in my house? You want to talk about single use, like these things? Like these purified water bottles? Yeah. I have more water bottles from conferences that my wife went to that I've been sitting rolling around my house. I could fill a half a lake.
And they're all cheap. They're cheap.
They're all cheap, and it's like, hey guys, I got a great idea for marketing. Let's put our name on a water bottle. Yeah. Nobody does that. No? Well, I could say otherwise.
You know what's a good giveaway? What? USB drives. Even though people don't use them so much anymore, we did that once where I work, and that's big. You get
you know what's even better?
What?
You know what's even better? If you get a USB drive. Let me see. Tiff says it was an amazing conference, an amazing experience to hang out with everyone. Gotta go, but hope you all have an amazing. Well, thank you for checking in. And just as the wonderful, beautiful Tiffany leaves the air, Todd Sockman comes on. I am here. Entertain me. Well, you just missed a good story, so Todd, no, we're not going to entertain.
You should repeat it.
No. So you know what's good? You get those USBs and you get one. Just get one, and you load it with porn, and then you just put it amongst all the other ones.
Spike it.
So when they put it in, they'll see like this, little file. Like what's this? You put midget porn.
And if it's
It's the best kind.
If it's coworkers, you see who comes in with either a big smile or like a frown the next day.
I think it's little people porn now, Scott.
Well, so if I married two midgets, is that bigamy?
Oh. Come on, Lou. I'm doing the rim shots. Here's the drummer.
Yeah, I got nothing over here.
Come on. That's a good one. I got another one. I got another one. If somebody driving an electric car hits somebody, do they get charged with battery?
Yeah. That's good.
It is. Hey, do poor white trash people go to the movies just to see the trailers?
I did sneak into the theaters to see the Star Wars trailers back in the 70s. Yeah.
I think he misses the whole point of that joke. Jesus. Oh my. All right, moving on.
Do you know he pulled a lot of fog in Italy?
What?
A bigamist.
Okay. All right. Robert Kirkman says he remembers a midget in 86. Okay. 86 was a good year. Speaking of 86, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So starting right off, so this is not a lot happened in 86. It's like as far as musical events, because the year starts off on January 30th, like the last day of the month. Nobody did anything in music from January 1st to January 29th, 1986. Nothing happened. Those boring January so far of all the years we've been doing. Right. Usually it starts like January 3rd, this album dropped or that. No.
Was Live Aid in 85?
Yeah, I believe it was, yes.
Maybe we were in like a Live Aid big benefit thing hangover. It was just a lull.
I don't know, but that was the summer. Live Aid was in the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
So
this is like
in January.
It can't be that big of a hangover.
Where was the revolution?
Where was the revolution?
According to Robert Kirkman, he said there was a revolution.
Oh, there was a revolution.
Is it in Guatemala? No, wait.
I don't listen. Anyway, on January 30th, 1986, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland holds its first induction ceremony with many rock pioneers attending. That's not that true. It's not that true. That's a little bit, I think, as the story goes, that's a little exaggeration there.
I think we're going to get a here we go moment.
No, I didn't like Aretha Franklin didn't show up. Like a bunch of people didn't show up for that.
Was that the first year you said?
Yeah.
Little Richard.
It's induction ceremony. Little Richard didn't show up, right?
He was part of the inaugural class, but he did not show. He wasn't there. He was there because of illness.
Hey, Lou, give me a fact about Little Richard. It's funny you should ask, Scott.
Funny you should ask. I have to go back in time here.
All right, I'll fill in while he's looking. I was underwhelmed when they announced the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I was like, I knew it was going to be a disaster. Like, Hall of Fames are disasters. So I was never behind it. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. Actually, it's like, don't you want to keep rock and roll not in that spotlight? Yeah. Lou, I'm buying you time. I'm doing rim shots tonight.
I know.
Don't worry about it.
I got one. Tutti Frutti is in the National Recording Registry of the Library of Congress.
Holy cow.
Wow, look at that. That's a great fact. Anyways, moving on. This was a bad segment.
Yeah, I know.
I
had to go back in time.
So, okay, Bob Kirkman says, that's right, February of 86, the People's Power Revolution in the Philippines happened, right?
Oh.
So that was, they were getting rid of Marcos, getting rid of Ferdinand Marcos. So my wife, the wonderful and beautiful Dr. Vera, was a young nursing student at the time in the Philippines, right? And she had kind of got involved with some this like underground revolutionary newspaper, right? And it was all anti-Marcos, articles. And the founder, the guy that founded it, in a girl disappeared. Right? They disappeared, and they found them like 3 days later, heads cut off. Right?
Ooh.
Yeah. So everybody like scattered. Everybody went underground. Right? Everybody kind of took off. And so there was a big march in Manila. They're all marching toward the capital, right? I guess the palace they call it. And my wife, decided she was going to be part of this, so she skips school that day, nursing school. Changes and she starts marching in the crowd, right? And they're heading down toward the palace, and there's tanks. Right, because the Philippine army got involved and was stopping them. So she said that they were all just kind of standing there. Everyone's just kind of standing in the tanks, and you got the guy out there with the guns, right? And so the people start yelling at the guy. They start yelling at the guy, right? The army, the soldier, and he says, "Give me a cigarette," And so someone grabbed my wife, pushed her up front. And she's like, no, and they said, they won't touch you. You're pretty, and you're young. They won't hurt you. You're a girl, right? So she said they gave her a cigarette. She walked up to the tank and handed the guy the cigarette. And she said his hand was shaking like a leaf. He was scared.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I need a light." He yelled at her, right? And she said, "He needs a light." So she went back. They go, "Here." And they give it to her. And she walks up. And she gives it to him. And he lights the cigarette. And she just kind of backs up. And within 2 minutes, the guy just fucking jumps off the tank and joins the crowd.
Wow.
He's like, "I'm not doing this.
I'm
not doing this." And they get all the way to the palace. And they see the helicopter taking off.
Oh, yeah.
The U.S. came in and evacuated them to Hawaii.
Wow.
Marcos and his wife.
Imelda.
Yeah, never to be set foot or be buried in the Philippines again.
Wasn't he? Who didn't they take over from somebody? Didn't they?
Yeah, it was what's his name? Aquino.
Aquino.
It was
right,
Aquino.
Right.
Yeah. They told him, "Don't come back. Don't come back."
That's right.
And he came back, and they shot him right as he walked off the plane.
Right. Well, he was running against Imelda. Was he trying to take over?
No, he was running against Marcos. Ferdinand Marcos.
Okay.
And he had I don't know who Ferdinand Marcos took over from, but Aquino, his wife went on to become the president. But that dude walked off the plane. He got down the bottom of the stairs, and they whacked him.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she was the president, and she didn't. She was no day at the beach. But anyway, let's move on. How did I get sidetracked? I think this might be a 3-hour show.
Oh. I got a pillow.
I asked where the revolution was.
Oh, that's right. February 25th, 1986, the 28th Annual Grammy Awards are presented in L.A., hosted by Kenny Rogers, Phil Collins, hosted by Kenny Rogers, and Phil Collins is No Jacket Required. Phil Collins, who should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, on his own, wins Album of the Year, while USA for Africa's We Are the World wins both Record of the Year and Song of the Year. And that hottie with the body, Sade, that sexy, sexy, sexy woman, gets Best New Artist.
Oh, cool.
And she's proceeded to do the same album over and over for 10 years, every 10 years, but I still love her. I love the music.
It's just the way she sings, the way she looks. She still looks good, too. Yeah. She still looks really good. Yeah. One of the greatest record deals ever made. To this day, she's still making bank on that. Refused money up front, said, "I'll take it all in the tail end." They were like, "She's not going to sell records." She's like, "Oh, yes, I will." Now she gets like 10% of the residuals of every
takes
album.
her time recording. She tours when she wants.
The song
under no pressure.
Smooth Operator has been licensed,
Yeah, yeah,
Good money in the licensing.
yeah, yeah. Did I say she still looks good?
You did?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you know what? And it's funny because she has that high receding hairline, right? She has a high hairline, and it's just that beautiful that she makes up for that.
Yeah,
You know.
Your face alone.
And I'll tell you what, ladies, when that cassette went in the deck and you were in my car, it's on. It was on. That one and Albie Shore. Albie Shore's first album.
Lord, I forgot about him.
Sucky now. Watch out. It was on when I popped that shit in. Let's see. Yep. Also, Whitney Houston wins her first Grammy Award, which she won the best pop vocal performance for a female. Do they even have male and female shit anymore? Is it all like, it's just an artist?
I have no idea.
It's an artist formerly known as.
Yeah. March 8th, 1986, for almost a year, Houston's debut album topped the charts and remained for 7 weeks, and another on May 17th. Let me see. May 3rd, 1986, the 31st Eurovision Song Contest that nobody cares about. On May 28th, the Monkees held a press conference at Hard Rock Cafe in New York City to announce officially they will embark on a 100-plus city tour. The tour becomes one of the biggest grossing tours of the year.
That surprised me.
They knew it. Well, they knew exactly how old we were at that time, and nostalgia. You know, at a certain point in your life, you're always looking for nostalgia, right? That's why these old rock bands can keep touring.
Yeah, and MTV were they playing the Monkees on MTV?
I think they did. Actually, they did like a marathon one day. They played every episode, all 13 of them.
With the young kids. The young kids were into it.
Joanne Guzborski just joined the show. Thank you, Joanne. I love you. Let me see. June 10th, 1986. Bob Geldof. Fucking douche. Guy's just a douche.
I don't like the Boomtown Rats at all. That Monday song, I hate it.
It's just Bob Geldof is horrible. A douche.
I read his autobiography. It was good.
Yeah. I've put big parties together before. It's not that fucking hard. Bob Geldof is awarded an honorary UK knighthood. Look at me, I'm Sir Bob, in recognition of his work in organizing Live Aid. I could have done that. Fuck. He makes some phone calls. That's it. You think he did all the work?
I guess.
Hell no.
I guess he co-wrote that song.
Yeah. The song's as stupid as and there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas.
Jack put you in your place on that.
No, he didn't. He wasn't even close.
The guitar player put you in your
stupid lyrics.
It's better than USA for Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
well,
killer drum part from Phil and Ringo.
Yeah.
What's that?
Killer drums from Phil and Ringo.
Ringo's on
Band-Aid.
On Band-Aid, really?
Yeah. Hear the extended version. They have a long drum.
There was an extended version of Band-Aid. Glad I never heard that one.
Doing their little vocals like, "Hi, this is Merry Christmas," and say it.
And doesn't Sting get to say word bitter sting of tears because his name was Sting? That's pretty bad.
Stupid, right? Stupid.
It's all really stupid. When I saw this, that was so cheesy. That was cheesy. I don't know.
And we all fucking bought into it. What the fuck? Jesus. And what good did it do them?
You know, what George Carlin said, move to where the food is. No,
yeah. What good did it do them? No, yeah. You know, I got paid organizations that say we're going to help them, so give us all this money and we'll help you. Okay.
Just like the concert for Bangladesh. Most of that money didn't make it to the
usually
refugees.
And Bob Geldof never even lifted a can of peas for that thing. He just said, "I'm Bob Geldof. Do you want to do a concert?
I don't like Mondays.
I don't like Mondays. Remember me?"
I just got a call. Can I get us in? Bob's calling.
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk to him.
June 15th, the final show of A Conspiracy of Hope benefit concert. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that about?
Organized by Amnesty International, took place at Giant Stadium.
Conspiracy.
The show was headlined by U2, Sting, Bryan Adams, and also features Peter Gabriel, Lou Reed, Joan Baez, and the Neville Brothers.
Wow, yeah.
Also, the Police would perform one last time on stage during the show before disbanding that same year.
That was like their last performance.
Well, no, because they did get back together and tour.
I meant before the reunion.
Yeah.
Did the Police make a bad album ever?
I don't think so.
I don't either. I think all the records.
That's a good question. No, they didn't.
Did not make a bad record.
I'm tired of a couple albums of theirs, but they're not bad. You know?
Which one?
Synchronicity.
Well, that was the monster, right?
Yeah,
Monster,
it just
yeah.
played too much, but it had Wrapped Around Your Finger. That song. That's a great pop song.
Yeah,
King of Pain.
King of Pain.
Yeah,
Tea in the Sahara. I actually like that
That's a good song. I do too. Murder
It's
by
a night-
Numbers.
You know why? Murder by Numbers was only on the cassette, though.
Really?
It wasn't on the album.
No shit.
Yep. It was
Cool.
only on the cassette. It was to
Huh.
get people to buy the cassette.
I had the
I
cassette.
hated when they did that.
See, I know things.
That was good, man.
I know things, Lou
man.
Kikio.
Aren't you the associate professor?
That's my wife, but, you know,
She's the
by
doctor.
through osmosis.
Professor Doctor.
Yeah.
Absorption.
She's Dr. Professor.
Oh, when the Police got together and remade what was the song they remade?
Don't
when
stand,
Stand So Close to Me.
Horrible.
I liked it, though.
We were supposed to talk about that, but we never did.
Yeah, I liked it.
I
I actually went back and listened to it, and I said, I did like it.
Me too.
I liked
know
the
why they
video,
did
too.
it. They
Yeah.
explained why they did it, and
No
I
headset.
understand, but I didn't.
Well,
move
Stuart
me
Copeland
out.
broke his arm.
But you have to see, for the audience, Mark, this is a podcast. You have to kind of elaborate. You can't say, I know why they did it and move on, because now people are like in their car right now going, well, fucking tell us. That's what you're here for. Todd Sockman just yelled at it, his radio. That tell us, Mark. What is it? That's
They
why
wanted
I'm
to
here.
update it. Well, Lou just shed some light on it. I thought they just wanted to update it for the current sound of the times, but you said that the drummer broke his arm.
I think Stuart had an injury, something he couldn't play.
Well, that's what I didn't like about it. It was all drum machines. And I was
Well,
like, come
back
on.
then I hated it. Back then I thought it was garbage.
Yeah.
I thought that the different melody, it's a different melody and stuff. But when I listened back, I said,
The thing is this,
it was
though,
the
Lou.
police. That was the police doing it. It wasn't like they didn't.
Sting did that, and then Stuart Copeland actually came in after Sting
Oh,
and redid them.
well,
So what you heard was what he put together.
what
Stuart
put
Copeland.
together. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a drum machine. That was probably
Sting left him out totally originally. Left him
Okay.
out totally.
Yeah.
Like went in and dubbed over all of his drums. Like
Wait. So Stuart Copeland had recorded a drum track to this thing originally.
they had done a drum track for it, evidently. And then what had happened was,
In the interim,
in the interim, Sting goes in the studio by himself and dubs over Stuart Copeland's drumming.
I wonder why.
He didn't like him.
Wow.
They were at their wits' end with each other at that point.
I remember when they recorded that. I read something in like Rolling Stone. Probably it was just like it was a very tense situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Stuart Copeland went
Sting
in
broke his
after
arm.
that and did it.
Wow.
Finished it somehow.
I have heard that Stewart was the most outspoken member of the band. Very outspoken.
He's the one that put him together.
I would think so. Yeah.
I think he had a little frustration because Sting got all the front, Sting, the police, when Copeland was the one that put the band together.
Yeah.
Like Brian Jones got overshadowed by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards.
Well, the thing that's what the Eagles said. Who's got the song power?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of Stuart Copeland's songs in the earlier albums, they're quirky,
Yeah.
but then he didn't write Roxanne, and
But by the time it was like Synchronicity, Sting had come into the studio with all the songs written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
except for the solo tracks, because
yeah. But mostly everything was already written. So, and he was doing it just for the money. I mean, there's ego, right? Then there's knowing I'm getting a writing credit on every one of these songs, right? And then it was, I don't know why. I guess Andy Sumner was just like, I'm just gonna stay out of this shit.
Wisely.
Although he did come up with I told you that story, the riff for "Don't Stand So Close to Me."
On the new version, the newer version.
No, I'm sorry. With not with what's the huge hit that they had?
Every Breath You Take.
Every Breath You Take. Yeah,
Stalker song.
Copeland was saying, he should have got a writing credit for it, and Sting didn't give him a writing credit for it. He gave him a contributor.
Wow.
To the song, but his riff is the song. Yeah. He's the one that made that, who brought that to the table, and we couldn't get a writing credit though.
Wow.
Lou, that sounded like too much time on my hands.
I know. Another shitty song by Styx.
Hey, shut up.
Another shitty song by Styx.
I love that song.
Back to the show.
I doth protest.
Back to the show.
I'm Lutheran. I can say that.
June 30th, 1986.
Okay.
Why am I? See what? Madonna releases her True Blue album, which tops the charts in over 28 countries and becomes the best-selling album of 1986.
I like that.
That was the top-selling record of the year.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What songs were on True Blue besides that?
True Blue. Let me see. The other songs on that album were Papa Don't Preach, True Blue, Open Your Heart to Me,
Okay.
baby, and then La Isla Bonita.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
my favorite
yeah. Live to Tell, the instrumental for Live to Tell.
from the Sean Penn movie.
Yeah,
What-
that was called, the original name of that movie was, I forget. It wasn't that though. And they released it and the song became bigger than the movie. So they changed the name of the movie to Live to Tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a dark movie.
They had to connect it to the,
yeah, it
yeah,
wasn't
Chris
a-
Penn, Christopher Walken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Penn never had a chance. Never had a chance in that movie.
I got a trivia question.
Oh, bring it on.
In the music video for Papa Don't Preach, who played the father?
Danny Aiello.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Now,
easy. Come
do
on,
you
that's
know-
easy.
Do you know that
it's been
Danny
so long.
Well, do you know Danny Aiello did a response video? Did you ever see that?
Go, I'm eating my baby.
No, he said something about talking back to his daughter, and he said he tried to sing it, and he, I
Really?
can't remember the name of it, but he was preaching back to her about things. I don't know, but it was pretty.
Was he in that video for Cry? Remember that video?
Godly and Cream?
Godly and Cream did Cry.
Was
Didn't
Danny
they?
Aiello
Didn't they show different faces in that crying?
Yeah,
Don't
Was
recall.
he in that? I think he was one of the faces. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of
good
weird.
enough actor.
I don't know. I think he was. I'm going to say he was. 'Cause, well,
Remember Fort Apache, the Bronx?
yeah.
Yep.
Good movie.
He was in
Okay, let's see. August 9th. We're almost done. August 9th, Queen performed the band's final concert of the Magic Tour at Nebworth Park, which would be the last performance of the band with Freddie Mercury and bassist John Deacon. Later, Mercury would be diagnosed with AIDS, as we know, passing away in 91, and Deacon would leave the band and retire in 1997.
Wow.
September 27th, a tour bus carrying the heavy metal band Metallica crashes in Sweden, killing the influential bassist Cliff Burton. Didn't we talk about that last week?
That's a
Yeah,
horrible death.
we did.
That he
He got
suffered.
crushed, right?
Yeah.
He had the Buddy Holly syndrome.
Oof.
He got the bunk. He got the bed.
Yep.
October, Q magazine is launched in the UK. It's a music magazine. November 17th and 18th, Billy Eckstein makes his final recordings, later released on his album Billy Eckstein Sings with Benny Carter. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Jazz.
December 12th, there was a sad day on December 12th, 1986. The Smiths play Brixton Academy, the last gig before they break up. Yeah.
By the way, Lou, Scott doesn't like jazz, so he doesn't know much about jazz.
Nope.
I'm telling you.
Just Brazilian jazz. That's it.
And damn good jazz to like.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is. Yes, it is.
That's right.
I love Latin jazz.
Fucking know things.
Yeah, me too.
I know things. Approximately.
Yes, you do.
Don't
Scott.
go to the dark side.
Yes, you
Yeah, yeah. So let's jump right to bands formed. That was it. Like that was it in '86.
do. We cooled out in '86.
Boring. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
boring.
A lot of albums came out though.
You know,
We'll touch on that.
Mark's saying, "Thank God, thank God."
No,
Because we're only a half hour in and we're done with that segment.
well, I'm going to rattle off all the albums in 30 seconds. Okay.
All right. Well, hold on.
I met Perry
I'm joking,
Denovich in
I'm joking.
'86.
Well, there you go. And Music Relish was born.
That's right.
They started
and-
the show in 1986.
Yeah.
And the Verbs. The Verbs are our first band of sorts.
The Verbs.
The Verbs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why would you say something have a band so close to the Verve? Oh, the
Well,
Verve.
I think it was before the Verb.
It was
we
before
knew-
the Verbs.
before
Yeah,
we
so
knew
they,
the Verb.
they copied you. They said, we can't be the Verbs. They're too good.
We changed names frequently.
Did all your songs have one like running, crying, verbs,
Exactly.
Goodbye. 30 seconds.
Twice.
Penalty
like
box. That was a bad joke. When you have to explain it, it just deserves penalty box. It just deserves penalty box. When you have to explain it.
Yeah. And he laughed at his own joke.
And then he laughed at his own jokes. That's right. He's back. Right.
You know why? Because I have a son that picks on me relentlessly and laughs at his own jokes about me. So it's kind of a little thing. You're getting old.
Bands formed in 1986. The 5, 6, 7, 8s. Do you know who they are?
No.
I've heard of them, but
Okay. Ready? Movie reference. Kill Bill, right? Remember when she goes into the bar to fight the crazy 88s?
Yeah.
Right? And there's that Japanese all-girl band playing on the stage.
They were good.
I want to be like Jane Mansfield. Check out the 5, 6, 7, 8s in the Kill Bill. They are fucking great.
Oh, that's them, huh?
They are
Cool.
great.
They were great.
It's
I
three
like that
Japanese
band.
girls, right? One plays the drums, one plays the lead guitar and singing, the other one plays the bass. And they're fantastic. I don't know why they never made it in the States. But yeah, the 5, 6, 7, 8s.
Especially
Jane Mansfield.
Quentin put them in a movie and they didn't.
Dude, they were great. They were great. Also formed in 1986, my favorite, Alice in Chains. Yep. I put this band in there. They had minor success, but it just reminded me of something. Formed in 1986, Big Head Todd Sockman and the Monsters. Big Head Todd Sockman. You should see the size of his head.
Is it really?
It's giant.
Is he enormous?
Dude, like he's like a 11 and a half in a hat.
Jeez.
Like he could get a child's belt and put it around his forehead, and he has to go to he only has one loop. Like his head is huge.
Yeah, but I've got the biggest neck.
Doesn't matter. His head. But your neck, not even your neck could hold his head. I don't know how he does it. That's why he had to lift weights so he could hold his head up.
That's
Well,
right.
he just agreed with you.
Dude, giant. Kid's a child's belt. I saw it. He put it around his forehead, and he had to pull a little just to get it to the first pole. Yeah, giant head. So yeah, Big Head Todd Sockman and the Monsters. Chick Corea Electric Band was formed in 1986.
Uh-huh.
Had that album. Lou, that was the drummer.
Dave Weckl.
Weckl, one of the best drummers around.
He had more
You
cymbals
guys.
than every drummer ever combined. I've never seen so many cymbals on a drum kit.
Really?
I don't know how he played the damn thing. I mean, really, I had a question. Like, you need that many cymbals? I mean, I'm sure he's got a reason, but I mean, it was ridiculous. It was preposterous.
And even the biggest cymbal is smaller than Todd Sockman's head.
Does it have its own
biggest
weather
cymbal.
system? Todd's head.
It's like a
What about
balloon.
John Bonham's gong? The one. You know.
Okay, that's bigger than Todd Sockman's head.
Okay, so he doesn't have a big head. Come on.
Well, that's a big ass gong. Big ass gong. I'll give him that. Formed in 1986, Cowboy Junkies. Yeah. With what's that?
They did a really slow version of Sweet Jane.
So Margot
yeah.
Timmons
Timmons.
was the lead singer of the Cowboy Junkies, and Lou Reed once said, and that's off the Trinity Sessions album. I had that CD, great CD. Lou Reed once said that that's the way the song was supposed to be done.
It's funny. I didn't like it.
Really?
Too
Me neither.
slow for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know me and my ladies.
I don't like Lou Reed's
love
version
female
either.
singers. I love them. Because I'm a ladies man.
I'll take Hope Sandoval over her any day.
Who's that?
From Mazzy Star?
Oh, yeah. She's a little hottie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's a little hottie. Yeah.
Kind of a similar band. They were kind of.
I liked Maria McKee from Lone Justice. She was an '80s hottie.
Didn't I think she put an album this year in '86.
That girl keeps going, record. Man. That lady, she's a lady now.
When they opened for U2, and I was way up in the second tier in the Meadowlands Arena, and she comes out, and she had that short cowboy skirt on, boots, and the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And you could see even from back, she was beautiful.
Beautiful.
You know?
Beautiful girl. Big voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big voice. All energy.
Yeah.
And that group was really they were really set up to be big.
Lone Justice.
And they just imploded.
Is that what happened?
Too many people got into too many ears, and then it just they got twisted, and they got twisted, and it imploded. Yeah, but they were ready. They had Sweet Sweet Baby Mine, and the other song off their debut album. Let me see. Yeah. Can you press stop on the cassette? It's distracting. Fuck. Bob did say.
Scott, I noticed something. People try to get under your skin.
They fucking do.
I'm not touching my guitar anymore. I really thought you were going to reach through the camera and grab it. So, you know.
But then again, Bob said was the one last week that walked in. I think he walked into, it wasn't the zipper story. It was something else. And he's like, how the fuck did I get here? That was the best comment of the night. My boy Nick Busante, one of the only Italians I like.
Are there any others?
I say that about Lou and Tom.
Okay, Lou Kikio's good. Jack Calabresi's good. Gino Catazona's good. I got a lot of them. Nick was like, Nick, I'm telling you, bro, we got to get together again, man. At least have lunch, have a drink out. Happy hour, hit me up, man. I got to get caught up on some stories. He says, I wish I had an Irish father like him. Buddy, your father is a goddamn good man. You don't need someone like me. Your dad, I met his father, he's a good guy. He actually made me, I met him one day. We were watching football at the clubhouse at last year, and you don't invite me to football Sunday. I will, my friend, I will. I got 3 screens to watch him on, so. And his father, Goomba from New York, you know what I mean? Like he's just, and we're talking, I'm talking pasta, we're talking gravy and sauce and all. And he goes, you know what? I think you're Italian. Yeah. And from him, that was a compliment. I took that and I said, all right, I'll take that. I'll take that. I wouldn't have taken it from anybody else, but I really don't want to make him mad. So
you are a chick.
That's a good family. He's got that's an Italian family right there. Representing in South Florida. Love that. Let's see. David Lee Roth Band was formed in 1986.
Good band.
Yeah, they're good
Lou says, I was made that day. I was made. That's all I care about. I'm good to go. But Nick knows I'm his Irish hitman too. So if he ever needs anything.
Scott Conway.
What's that?
Jimmy Conway.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. David Lee Roth Band was formed in 86. Right? Steve Vai.
That was a good tour.
Crazy from the Heat.
Yeah.
That's the album.
Yeah.
Right?
Eat 'em and smile.
Yankee. What was it?
Eat 'em and smile.
Eat 'em and smile. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Great videos.
Yep.
Great concert.
What were the brothers' names?
Bissonette. Matt and
Greg.
No, the brothers in the video.
Oh, the video. Yeah.
The Italian guys. Huh?
I forgot what the names were.
I do too. If anyone remembers, let me know.
Okay.
You know what was great about that tour?
Funny.
The album was 35 minutes, but he had to do a 2-hour show. So he just let Steve Vai and Billy Sheehan solo for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. My buddy Nick says, love you, wish all that. I love you too, my friend. Love you too. Go Patriots. That's not helping me any.
Love on the Milk Crates and Turntable show.
That's right. I got to keep some certain Italians I got to keep happy.
Yeah, man.
All right. It's a South Florida thing. It's a South Florida thing.
Keep Lou happy. Trust me.
Lou's good. Lou's good. That's why I allow him to come in late whenever he wants.
I've been on time lately, man.
Yes, you have.
I've been on time.
Considering you're in Paris.
Okay. And there's
just look at his background.
At least he doesn't have a morgue behind him like me. I mean, I swear to God.
Eric B. and Rakim formed in 1986. Rakim, I consider the greatest rapper of all time. Him and Biggie. It's I can flip flop on that one. The Ghetto Boys from the 5th Ward in Houston. My mind's playing tricks on me.
Forgot about them.
Yeah, Bushwick Bill, Mr. Scarface.
I have their albums.
My mind's playing tricks on me. Goo Goo Dolls, one of the most, I don't know how they fucking made it groups ever.
I don't either. I have
no idea how they made it.
I thought they broke up in '86, and they're still. I hear them on the radio constantly.
I saw a video. They're doing the concert. The lead singer. I'll tell you what, man. The bass player, fucking uglier than a bag of assholes.
Well, they are from Buffalo.
Not a good looking. Like he is like Buffalo. This little troll looking guy. Like not a good looking guy. Good thing he's a bass player.
If I had a dog that looked like him, I'd shave its ass and teach it to walk backwards.
There you go. There you go. I still like uglier than a bag of assholes better, but
that's a good one.
Negativity on the.
That's one of the most. It's one of the most stupid names too. That's a stupid bad name.
Yeah.
Big Head Todd Sockman says the Goo Goo Dolls are great.
No,
he's saying that just to try to get under my skin. He's not going to provoke me though. Bob Doucette already provoked me a little. Wants me to turn my cassette off. No, my cassette is perpetual. Like that word? See, I slipped that in. That might be the first time that word's ever been used in the 120 episodes of Milk Crates and Turntables.
4 syllables.
Yeah.
It's perpetual change.
Yeah.
Perpetuity.
Anyway, the Greg Allman Band was formed in 1986. Greg Allman Band, 1986. Hootie and the Blowfish were formed in 1986.
That's too bad.
Yeah. One Hit Wonders and Best New Artist Curse. Havers, as I would say. Jesus Jones was formed in 1986. Right here, right now. I'm a one-hit wonder, and you'll never hear from me again. Right here, lady on the radio said, "It's just one-hit wonders and
enjoy it while it lasts."
Yeah, they did. Let me see. Oh, look at my buddy Nick. Nick's a nice guy. He just sent me a text. He's saying sorry he jumped in. Nick, buddy, no. He doesn't. He said, "I'm sorry I jumped in. I miss you, buddy. Hope you guys are well." It's all good, Nick.
I felt guilty the first time I jumped in. It was like, because you were like, "Who the hell is that?"
This is like a free-for-all in here.
That's what you told me. You said, "Do whatever you want."
Do whatever.
You guys were making fun of me the first time I did because I was coming in 10 minutes late on my responses.
50 minutes late.
Whatever.
Right. Lou was on a delay. He's commenting on something we talked about 8 minutes ago. Lou would come in and comment on it.
That was the single wide days, right?
Not maybe one hit wonders. Johnny Hates Jazz. It's formed in 86.
What was their big hit?
Broken Dreams, something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that wasn't broken. Well, that's a melody.
Yeah, something like that. Hip hop group Leaders of the New School was formed in 1986. All these bands started breaking in like 90. They couldnn't get over the hump of the Big Daddy Kanes and the Eric B. and Rakims and the KRS Ones and
the music.
They kind of started. They started to break around then. Boston's own The Lemonheads were
Evan Dando
formed in 1986. Yeah,
wasn't Juliana Hatfield in that band too?
Was she?
I think so.
Wow. Okay. All right. Minor success. The Manic Street Preachers were formed, and they're kind of a little flash in the pan thing. And I think people were more attracted to the name. You ever see that happen?
Yeah.
Like the name is cooler than the band.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mother
fucking
Love Bone.
Yeah, that group Metallica. Like the name is so much cooler than them. Like what are they? They do.
Can I say something?
I'm only kidding.
No. I gotta say something.
Boomtown Rats.
I gotta say
exactly. Yeah.
Metallica, they're running on the same song over and over. They were Led Zeppelin at least had different kinds of music,
Hold on. I have to let Nick know it was good.
Hey Lou, isn't it great when you're talking and Scott just totally ignores you? It's freaking awesome.
I heard you.
Awesome.
I heard you. They play the same song over and over. I hear you. I know things. I know things.
Just trying to
provoke to a courtesy.
I'm just trying to provoke Scott.
I'm keeping the Italian kid happy.
There's
his father made me. I have to be good to him.
That's right.
It's like having to be good to the mafia boss's son.
Have to pay tribute.
Yeah, you got to keep two of them happy. Lou too. Me, I'm a fellow Irishman. Knock me to the wall.
Yeah. So what were you saying, Mark? I don't know. I missed you
I
for the last 3 minutes. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
So there's
The Mission.
back.
I believe they were one time the Mission UK, but the Mission, kind of a dark wave band from England, formed. Knuckers with attitude. I didn't say it. I didn't say the real word.
Right.
But that's what it's the NWA.
86.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah,
Well,
and again, a band that broke around 90, right? Right?
I consider that the
They were
best.
more,
rap
they were more
album ever.
visible before 90, weren't they?
When did Fuck the Police came out? I think around 90.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in Southern California then, I think. So
They spent a lot of time.
I was
you
in
know.
Northern California when that broke. Yeah.
Yeah.
New Jersey's own Naughty by Nature.
OPP.
They had a lot of good songs.
They did.
They had
They
a
were
lot of good songs.
Good hip hop.
Yeah. Tretch, right? Tretch and Vinny. That's who they were, right? Vinny looked like a little Mike Tyson. Right? No Doubt was formed in 1986. Another band that evolved in the 90s. Yeah.
Jeez.
They were a ska band, though.
Yeah.
A ska band. Boston was busy in 86. The Pixies were formed in 1986. The Rollins Band.
You're a liar.
Yeah.
Liar!
I was just listening to Black.
If you've never heard that song,
Oh God, it's great.
if you've never heard the Henry Rollins song "Liar," all right, I'm just gonna tell you, it's a nice slow build, right? Nice. So, have you ever been left alone? Has a man ever, broke your heart? And you're going on, and then how does it go? It go. I was kind of talking to this girl, and I go, listen, this song is kind of about you, right? And she's like, oh, and he's being all romantic, and it's a nice little guitar riffs in the background. And he's talking all around, and he goes, and when I say I love you, I'm a liar. And she fucking was mortified. I'm a liar. Go listen to that. If my brother's watching this tomorrow, Henry Rollins, Liar.
I was a fan of
Great
his
song.
stuff with Black Flag.
Black
Now you're
Flag.
going down a really dark hole with Black Flag. And I sent Lou and Perry a picture the other night of the cover of Family Man. I'm like, you guys ever listen to this album?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, no. It's got a picture of a guy who just killed his family. I mean, but he's a dark guy, but he's good. He's funny as hell too.
Yeah. He had a show on HBO for a little while too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had,
He was at different places. He was in Ireland in one
Yeah.
show. And yeah.
smart guy, very smart guy, good talker, likes to hear himself talk. That's
Sure.
okay.
Mhm.
He's at least somewhat entertaining.
He does not believe in interpersonal relationships. He says he has none.
But he loves his records.
He has a couple friends, but he has no real interpersonal relationships.
He loves his records, though. He loves his vinyl records. Yeah. Roxette, they were a nominal success.
It's over now.
Yeah, they were formed in 86. Skid Row. So Skid Row was formed in 86. They made it pretty fast,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. And it was
Because
really
they
only,
broke around 87. Like,
it was really only that first album that was big. They started going down like as far as sales after
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
they got too heavy. They actually got heavier after that first album.
talk about a dude that likes to hear himself talk. Sebastian Bach.
Oh, that
Shut
guy.
the fuck
Shut
up.
But isn't he great on Trailer Park Boys? Oh,
That is funny. Okay, I'll give you that. I forgot about that.
I didn't like him either until I saw Trailer Park
Yeah,
Boys. I'm like,
yeah.
he's funny. Yeah.
That was funny shit. Lou, you ever watch Trailer Park
I've
Boys?
seen it. I was disappointed with Alex Lifeson, I gotta say. I was expecting
Really?
more. Yeah, it was.
It's Trailer Park Boys.
I don't find the show all that funny for some reason.
See, me and Mark have that
Some of the-
dark
some of the
sense. You have to have
scenarios
a
are-
dark sense of humor. You have to kind of get
I do
that
at
type of
times.
humor.
I love Shakes the Clown. I mean,
I recommended it to a few people that didn't like it, but then like 6 months later they binge it and they're like, I got it.
My buddy Dave Rios, I turned him on to it, and he
don't
fucking
get it. Is what you're
loved
saying.
it.
I don't get it.
It's so stupid. It's funny, and it's
Yeah,
a trailer
yeah.
park, and this is what they're really like in there. In that
I think
world.
Randy's funny.
Oh, Randy Bobandy.
with the drink in his hand.
No, that's not Randy.
That's the shirtless assistant. No, that's
Yeah,
the guy's
Randy
lover.
is
the manager's lover.
Yeah,
He died.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stabbing Westwood. Not where Trent Reznor came from. Stabbing Westwood.
Sure.
I've heard the name.
Let's see. Stabbing Westwood. Yeah. They were like they were one of those kind of industrial rock bands.
Yeah.
Let me see. Band released Doc Day's early years. Robert Smith. Yeah, I'm not gonna go.
If they were on wax tracks, I heard it because that's what we did at CPI. We did all the wax tracks.
Yeah. The Sugar Cubes. 1986. You know who the Sugar Cubes? You know who the lead singer was for the Sugar Cubes? Bjork. And that they do a song called Birthday. Fucking love it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the weirdest. There's 2 videos of it. And one of them, little iffy. Just a little bit iffy. Whoever the videographer was, go check. You'll try to find both versions of the song Birthday, right? It's Bjork at her youngest best. But there's 2 videos, and one of them, little iffy to me. It really skirts a taboo subject. Really
Bjork.
Nah, it's whoever did the video was really kind of skirting right along the razor's edge of a very taboo subject.
Okay.
It's not uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
It's not a video you want to be watching. You love the song. I love it. But if the video's on, it's not a video you want to be watching if somebody walks in the room.
Yeah. No. I just had it on. I didn't know.
It's because I like the song. I like the song.
I was looking at the ceiling.
Little edgy.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it and talk about it next week.
Yeah. Do it. The song is great. I love the song. I love the song. Again, it's Bjork at her young best.
Yeah,
absolutely at her young best.
At her iffiest.
Well, it wasn't. Again, it was. They sang the song. I think they were briefly in the video, like in and out, but they were cut in. They had nothing to do with the video. Whatever the videographer, director was thinking, I think you'll know what he's thinking if you find the right video. The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. Timbuk 3. Yeah, they were formed in '86. That was actually a really good album.
Really?
The debut album was a good album.
I've heard good things about it too.
Yeah, it was a good album. Yeah.
Lou, that was sorry, Lou.
Wow.
When we used to do the album, when we used to do the album of the week, which we got to get back into, we do it monthly, but
yeah,
that would be a great album like we should all listen to because I've never heard it because like when you recommended Dream Academy,
right,
I would never have listened to that album if it wasn't for you,
I knew that song. I thought that song was kind of novelty in a way, and it kind of was. But it was a cool song, cool video. But they kind of pioneered some of that, the duo using backing tracks and loops and stuff like that. So they're pretty cool like that.
Yeah.
All right, Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Dumb name.
Todd Sockman liked them. Go figure.
That's some good songs.
Go figure. I'm back on the water.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
See, I've always heard that.
Across the sea. Dun,
that's another
dun.
band that you hear about, I think, because from their name, but I don't know any songs by them. I just
you might
hear
think
the name all the
they have some religious undertones to their music.
You might think
lyrics.
of the band live at times.
Okay.
What's that?
You could get that mixed up with live.
Oh,
I don't see that.
No. I hear similarity in voice.
Yeah.
Live rock more.
Never heard the band, but I heard the name of the group, so I'm just going to throw it out there. The Trash Can Sinatras.
Yeah.
Were formed in '86.
Lou, they might have been from Jersey because they were always in the East Coast rocker.
They were.
Yeah.
Well, the Sinatra thing.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
Todd Sockman just commented in great. Saw them in concert in 1992.
Cool.
Hey, dude, how the fuck does that sound? So you're talking to someone like me, like a man's man, right? Alpha male, and you come up and you go, hey, dude, what was your last concert? I saw Korn. Okay, wow. Why? Who'd you see? Toad the Wet Sprocket. The fuck? How do you tell another man that? Like, I don't care how big Todd's
You
head
say
is.
it this way.
I don't care how big his head is. I don't care how big his muscles are.
No, it's like this. You saw corn? I saw a fucking toad in a fucking wet sprocket. That's how you say it.
Mark, that was not. Look at Todd. Todd called me the alpha male, the white Mike Tyson. They actually did call me that in the Philippines. I had a small reputation.
Anyway,
it was given to me by the brothers, so that was honorary right there.
Look, back to what you said.
Yeah, Mark. You can't pull off the.
You might want to kick me off the show.
No, I'm gonna let you pass on that. You tried.
You're gonna hang me out to dry.
You tried.
They made some kind of comeback in the last couple of years. They reformed, but I think they did some shows there, or they might have played the Orange Peel in Asheville.
Who did Toad the Wet Sprocket?
Yes,
the Wet Sprocket.
Sprockets.
Hey, dude, I just saw Toad the Wet Sprocket.
That was
so good.
You got to do animation. You got to do cartoons.
I should. I could do a lot of voices. Yeah. I have some gay friends. They think I do it a little too good. That's a fact. One of them looked at me. He was in the military with us. He was part of the don't ask, don't tell movement. And but we love him. He's one of us. We were in the Philippines together, and I would joke around, and he goes, and you wouldn't know, like he just looks like a normal guy. He's normal. What am I saying?
Where are we going?
I'm going down a rabbit hole here. But he said it to me one time. He goes, "You do that a little too good." I go, "I'm just good at imitations. That's all."
Really?
Bitch.
Really?
Son of a bitch. Call me out. So Todd Sockman saw Toad the Wet Sprocket in concert. They were great, according to Todd. Big head Todd Sockman.
You saw Morrissey, so
I'm going to see him Sunday night. Actually,
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Morrissey has more talent in his pinky finger, his pinky nail, than Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Well,
and Morrissey's not gay.
No,
he's not.
No,
he's just bitchy.
He's asexual. He really is.
He's just bitchy.
And the Goo Goo Dolls, too fun. I saw the Goo Goo Dolls.
Two for two.
Sprocket.
That is two for two.
The best double bill ever.
Listen, you better hope that your venue has good air conditioning because it's Florida and it's October, and I know he wants good air conditioning at his show.
It's indoors.
Well,
okay?
You better have the air conditioning.
It's at the Hard Rock, the brand new facility.
Oh, Hard Rock.
What? Hard Rock Live, I'll go to. I won't go to the Hard Rock Cafe. I won't go to none of that.
Oh, yeah. They got
this is Hard Rock Live. It's a nice, it used to be an arena, right?
It looks like a mini arena, like it's smaller. But
now it's like an amphitheater with a roof over it. Okay. There's not a bad seat in the house.
I have a Bad Company DVD film down there, and it's a cool looking place.
I was at that one.
You were?
I'm at the very, very end of the video.
Oh,
wow. During the credits. That's where I'm in.
Cool. That was
I watched that whole goddamn video. It was a great concert.
Yeah.
Were you doing security or were you just?
No, I was there. And at the very end, the camera, like they were walking around, and I think they were solidifying that kind of signified that that's the real Bad Company.
Yeah.
That was kind of like they said, we're doing a video tonight because this is kind of this is how we're going to keep it together, or something like that. But
yeah.
Let's see. Urban Dance Squad. They were from Miami. They were kind of a hip hop, like one of those kind of psychedelic hip hop sounds, really chill, laid back, deepest shade of soul. Yeah. Go check that out. That Urban Dance Squad, deepest shade of soul. Mark, you'll like it. Urge Overkill. Girl, bow, 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 bow. You'll be a woman soon.
That's the only song I liked from them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to pretend.
Wasn't a fan, but I heard them before that. They did a great version of that song.
That is a fantastic version. It really is a fantastic version.
They kind of reminded me of, who was it that went?
I heard that song today.
Crash Test Dummies.
No, yesterday I heard that Crash Test Dummies.
Once
there was a girl who wouldn't change in the changing room with other girls, but when they finally made her, she had Birthmarks all over her body.
You're
Right?
pretty good.
She
pretty
said that it was from when it don't know.
You do karaoke.
I can do him. I can do him. I know things. Not that has anything to do with anything. Wendy and
Do
Lisa.
that. If you can do that, why can't Lou do Michael McDonald anymore? Come on,
Because it's my show.
That's
Lou can sing all he wants. Michael McDonald on the Music Relish Show.
I can sometimes do a Morrissey impersonation, but I'm not going to.
Oh, you're risking,
Lou just
you're
crossed the
risking a
line.
game suspension for that one.
I know. I did it. I did it work recently. And the guy I work with goes, "That was good." I said, but
That's a straight red.
Do I? All right,
know.
wait, Mark, hold on. So everybody knows. If you don't, everybody that they should that listen. Morrissey is God to me, right? I don't care what anybody says. I love the guy. I love his music. I love his politics. I love everything about Morrissey. So it's kind of another level for me. So, Mark, I'm going to ask you: should I tempt it? Should I tempt it and just let him do it and just kind of because now my curiosity.
Don't listen. I'm going to ask Lou a question.
It might go penalty. He might go penalty free.
Lou, are you ready or not?
That's the thing.
Not really. I'm not.
All right. Then
I'm only human.
What the fuck was that?
It doesn't come across here. It doesn't come across.
What the fuck?
That was like Latka from Taxi. Or
What
something.
the fuck
That
was
was
that?
not lucky. Thank you very much.
I'm only human. What the fuck was that?
That's like me saying I could do Robert Plank. Does anybody remember laughter?
Oh, all
I don't
right,
know-
all
I don't
right,
know-
all right, all right.
I don't know what the song was that was
break.
on the radio.
So-
It
so-
was riffing on the song that was playing.
Thought I was going for the
Wendy
king.
and Lisa, let's move on. Wendy and Lisa was formed in 1986. You know what that is?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So what does that tell you? Break out your music detective brains. Wendy and Lisa was formed in 1986.
And they were on Purple Rain.
So what does that tell you? What do you deduce from that?
That I didn't ever thought that they were together as not part of Prince's band, The Revolution.
You got to go a little more Pacific than that.
I'll go Atlantic.
That means the Revolution broke up that year.
They were in the Revolution.
You'd never make it in the Academy, kid.
Oh no.
You'd never make it through the Academy.
I'm very slow. I'm very slow. My brain moves half speed.
Oh, I thought you meant like physically running slow.
Oh, you don't want to see me run. I just walk fast with my shoulders slumped. You guys see me getting from one subway to another in the city. My son's running, and I'm like,
Oh, I can see that.
I can't run.
Also formed in 1986, the Carl Wallinger led World Party. And who was he with before World Party?
The Waterboys.
The Waterboys.
I love the Waterboys.
This Is the Sea was that is one of my favorite albums of all time. I can listen to it. Anyway, it's one of my Desert Island albums. He was a big part of that, and when he left, they didn't really. Mike Scott was the Waterboys. Like he was the lead singer and he wrote the songs, but Carl Wallinger was just and that's a good album too. That debut album's a good album.
This is like synchronicity because in the last 2 weeks I've done a deep dive rediscovering the Waterboys.
This Is the Sea is a masterpiece.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. Let me see. Arcadia was formed.
Duran spinoff.
Was formed in 1986. You know who was formed in 1986? No, these are the bands. These bands broke up. All right, I didn't label it right. So World Party was it. So let's get back to bands that broke up in 86.
Okay.
Let me see. Dave Phillips just got back from a fabulous celebration with my daughter for her birthday. Well, happy birthday, daughter of. Very good. Why didn't Lou clap?
I was going to say.
Did you notice that? No jazz fingers. No. Lou. All right. Let's. Hey, Mark, let's try this again. Dave Phillips, King of the 45s, just got back from a beautiful celebration for his daughter's birthday. Yay. right, enough of that.
Did you have a pony and some cake?
It was like this.
Was there a clown at the
Lou was
birthday
clapping
party?
like an ape. The bottoms of his palms were clapping, and his fingers were hooking over. You know how that you bang the bottom of your palms together, and your fingers hook over the back of your hands. That's how Lou claps.
That's a totally
The only good
inappropriate
human
sound.
is a dead human.
Take your stinking hands off me, you damn dirty ape.
Chimpanzee is a pacifist. It was a guerrillas war.
Okay, we all said our lines from the Planet of the Apes. Let's move on. Hey, you know who broke up? Gee, too bad. The Boomtown Rats broke up in '86. Gee, too bad. I was so depressed.
Well, he got so big with Band-Aid that he just said, I don't need this band anymore.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm Bob Geldof, damn it.
I'm Sir
That's right.
Bob Geldof. God damn it.
I've been benighted.
Yes. Needs to be beheaded.
Yeah, yeah.
So if the Rollins band was formed in '86, what does that mean, Mark Smith?
Well, Black Flag didn't break up.
Oh, he just left?
Yeah, they continued.
It says right here, Black Flag broke up in 1986.
Oh, you're right, and they reformed.
I know I'm right.
Yeah,
I know things.
They got
Lou, when is he going to figure that out? I know things.
Being stubborn.
He's being stubborn. Yeah,
you know more.
I think he's being pompous and self-righteous.
Oh, me?
That's what I think. I think he thinks
arrogant.
that I think that he thinks that I don't know
Right.
what he thinks.
God, every show needs to lead to achieve a certain level of excellence, and I'm struggling to get this show to achieve that level of excellence.
Oh, you're struggling, all right, buddy. You're struggling.
There's an ELP documentary.
Yeah, you're struggling. There's a 3-man show. You're number 4 on the list. How's that
I'm
right
number
now?
6. Come on.
I have a question.
I got a question.
Is Black Flag named after the insecticide?
Probably.
Okay.
It was that hardcore scene. They would pick names that just meant something that
It's a good name. It's a good name.
So yeah. But you know what I liked about Black Flag is the guitar player, Greg Ginn. He was a punk hardcore player, but he was influenced by King Crimson, so he actually had talent. And he did have some wild stuff. I don't know. It's weird that I like him, but I do.
All right. The Clash broke up in '86. Yeah.
Some would say they should have broken up a year earlier, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Culture Club broke up in 1986.
That long ago.
Yeah. Yeah. A band that's name preceded them because they were very talentless, but everybody's heard of the Dead Kennedys, but no one's really ever heard them.
Another one, Name. The name goes further.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Good point.
ELO broke up in '86. Wow. Like, that's weird, isn't it?
They put out an album, that last album, Something of Power. Nobody really listened to it.
Nah.
They peaked in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah. Late 70s, I'd say they peaked.
Yeah.
I don't even know about the early 80s. Well, no, they did have something in the early 80s. I remember they had a hit somewhere in there. Emerson, Lake and Powell.
Song Rock is King.
Yes. You just hit it.
Llama, rock and roll is king.
No. Emerson, Lake and Powell.
Oh.
Yeah, they broke up in '86.
They formed in '86 and broke up.
Yeah, they did. They broke up during the making of the album, didn't they?
Getting Cozy Powell in the band with Keith Emerson was gold. The album is great. The heavy-hitting drums are great. But I saw them on that tour, and I'm a high schooler, and I'm in third row in front of Keith Emerson, my idol. And I saw Greg Lake 2 times during the show give the finger to Keith Emerson. I remember I leaned over to my friend. They're splitting up soon. They split up, like they canceled like the rest of the tour. Like they just gave it up. Those two could not get along. It's a shame.
Pompous English rock stars.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
figures. Yeah. Now, in the category of, why would a band like this not make it? Right? Why would the band Fecal Matter have to break up? They should still be around today.
That's
like last week, Septic Tank broke up, right?
Didn't they do a tour with Septic Tank?
Septic Tank broke up. We're not even going to get into the other name because Lou got a little carried away with the other band.
I'm not even gonna say, I will not repeat that.
The Jizz Drinkers.
There's less women on the show, and I'm sorry for that this week.
Oh, that one. Oh,
Lou, what do you apologize again on this show? Penalty box. You can't apologize on this show. We don't roll like that.
Yeah,
You
but
say what you say, you own it, and you move on. Fuck everybody else.
It's on video forever.
That's shit.
5,000 years from now, and
It's on every podcast platform in the world right now.
I will not. I won't apologize, but I don't want to make us the Rush of podcast either.
Let's see. How Fecal Matter broke. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. They were poised. They were right on the brink.
I see. That must have been that hardcore scene where I said the titles were the names were meant to.
Right.
Yeah.
Great name.
Dave Phillips says Yes was great. The 3 times I saw them in the 70s.
Yes,
how did we get to Yes?
And I saw Yes this past weekend, by the way.
But how did we get to Yes? Like, where did he
Prague?
bring up?
Prague. Yes. We're talking about Emerson.
No, but that is. Why did he bring up Yes?
It's a good thing.
I think he's drunk.
Because Sunday night I saw Yes at Englewood at the Bergen Performing Arts Center, and they were excellent. They were very good.
But I'm just saying, I think Dave, the King of 45, is a little.
He's allowed to
celebrated a little too much.
Good. Good for him with his daughter.
But Mark, he's talking about a fucking band we never even mentioned yet. Like they haven't come up on the show at all. It's like you're talking about Goodfellas, and he pops in and goes, "I saw Yes 3 times. They were great."
Like Tourette's kind of
in the 70s.
Oh.
It's like we're talking about fucking Goodfellas, Dave. Like,
it's the Prague thing. You hear Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and you think
he could have got out of us if he followed up with just saying. Doesn't that get you out of everything?
I have a question.
Just saying.
Question for Dave Phillips.
What?
The times you saw them, was it with both Bill Bruford and Alan White, or just Alan White, or just did you see them? In your,
it would have been one or the other in the 70s.
Well, Bill Bruford was there until what year?
He quit after the Fragile album in 72.
So Dave could have seen him with both drummers, with Alan White.
Yeah. Oh. Then there was that one tour where Bruford and White played, but that was in the 90s. So.
Damn.
And Steve Howe and Trevor Rabin, Rick Wakeman and Tony Kaye. It was a great tour. Hey, they did an opera.
When you saw them on Sunday, there were actually 2 members of Yes there. Steve Howe.
Yeah.
I think that's bullshit to say he was not an original member.
But you know what, though? Yeah. See, we don't want to do this because it's not our show. I'm going to talk about the concert on our show.
Our host is a narcoleptic.
Music Relish Thirdcast this Sunday.
Okay.
And we will be talking about, and I will go down the list of the members and when they join the band.
That was good. I like that one, Scott. That was good.
Somebody doesn't like jazz.
That's for a particular cartoon, though. What is it? Who did the?
It's the Three Stooges.
That was really.
Mark, I can only think that was a good show. I saw them last year.
The same band. Yeah,
you did. Yeah.
Yeah. There was it was a great show, and I'm not a Yes fan, but it was very entertaining. And like I said once again, I'll say it. I think the crowd was more interesting to me than the band was.
I agree.
The band is just the band. Like it's not really other than the old guy yelling at the fucking lighting guy and then telling someone in the front row to shut up and being all ornery.
The guitar player did it at your show too?
Yeah.
Oh, he was screaming at the monitor tech.
Yeah.
Poor guitar tech.
What's his name?
To him, Steve Howe.
Yeah. Oh, he's pissed.
But he would yell, and then he'd go up to the microphone. How you all doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
He's pointing. He's pointing to one hand. He's like all up.
He's got to go. He's got to just retire. Come on.
He's got to be 94. Got to be 94 right now.
We're noticing that Les Paul is almost bigger than him.
I sent Lou and
he just shrunk, or is he just never?
I was sending Lou and Perry pictures of the show all night, and it's true when he holds a Les Paul. But it was a family affair. I took my son, my daughter, and my son-in-law. It was a great time.
There you go, buddy.
Of course, yeah.
There you go.
And I had my Chardonnay.
The Firm broke up in 1986. Short-lived.
They should have broken up.
Radioactive was a good song, and the other song. Yeah, tell me, baby, can you feel all right? Tell me, baby, can you think it all?
They did a good cover of "You've Lost That Love and Feeling" on that album too.
Really? Did they really?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh. That was a cool video. They're out in the middle of a swamp.
Yeah,
that hot Cajun chick.
Paige has the bottle on
tight to her body. I'm talking about the girl with that dress. She's all sweaty, and that dress is tight to her body, and it's just kind of see the form of those.
You know what that
carried
you know
away
what that video reminded me of? the cover to Into the Outdoor.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. That's a good analogy. Yeah, that's a good comparison. Yeah. Flock of Seagulls broke up, unfortunately. In
they ran.
Hey, Flock of Seagulls.
Yo, Flock of Seagulls. Feet up on the couch.
They were catchy.
Yeah. No, they were. And they were good for their time. They were good for their time.
How the hell?
I saw the Firm, the Flock of Seagulls, and the Police at one concert. Firm, all about Paul Rogers. Yep. Hey, Jimmy Page had a lot to do with that too, my friend.
Page was a big part, but he wasn't playing so good. He was sloppy.
But to us, it was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To the average beer drinking, testosterone-driven teenage boy, it was fucking awesome.
Connection to Led Zeppelin. It was Page.
Yeah, that's it.
Paul Rogers, he's always a class act.
Always. Yeah. Why he's not in the Rock Hall of Fame? Who
really
knows? Again,
one of the greatest rock singers of all time.
Oh. Unbelievable voice.
He suffered a stroke. He came out and said it that a few years ago. He had a stroke. No one knew about this, and he couldn't even talk for like a few months. And he's got a new album out. He's singing again. God bless the guy.
There's a reason there. One Step Beyond. Madness broke up in 1986.
Oh.
I'm at a red light one day, and that song comes on, and my wife sitting in the passenger seat next to me, right? And they goes, "Hey, man, that's not your radio. This is the sound of madness. One step beyond." And then the sax, and I start doing all this, doing all this ska dancing. She looked like, what the fuck?
You got to see the video.
Oh, man. Madness. Yeah, well,
great video. There was one guy dancing in the street. How do you do that with your feet? I mean,
they're good with that. You know what?
Was that a jig, an Irish jig, or
no?
something?
I don't know what they did, but I've seen some videos recently of sax players. Well, that's what horn is that? That's
a baritone.
Yeah, I think it's a baritone. Yeah, they big baritones in those ska bands, and they do that thing with their feet, right? They dance like that. So I've seen some guys, couple of them, different guys, different videos playing that, and they're in suits, like, and they do that, and people are like, wow, look at that. I'm like, you idiots. This fuck, like, I know they don't know anything about ska music. What fucking American does know about ska music, right? But that's the thing, you know. You have the hype guy up on stage dancing, right? He doesn't do anything but dance, like Rankin Roger with the English beat, right?
Yeah.
And then once they left the English beat, Rankin Roger and I forget his name, the lead singer, started our other band. Anyway, let's move on. Modern English, yeah. Men at Work broke up in 86. And how a band, like we said, their first 3 albums were like,
gold.
They were all chart toppers.
Yeah.
You know?
Gold. Yeah.
And then they break up. Like, how does that happen?
Divide and conquer.
There's too much time in between albums. These guys, some of them were getting a little antsy. Some were like, if you're not going to make any music, I quit. Like,
I think Colin got an ego, right?
I don't know. I can't see that with him, man. I might be wrong. I'm not going to, it's not a hill I'll die on, but I can't see that guy having an ego. He just is a nice guy.
Or not an ego, but these guys that are really good songwriters, they hit a point where they say, I have to grow. It's not going to happen with the band, like Sting. So it's happened. Yeah, maybe he just.
But the members wanted to tour and wanted to get out there, and he's like, maybe he was like, I'm still writing. I'm still writing. Yeah.
Well,
you know?
if he's making the money from the songwriting, I mean, they have to make a living. You know, that's a lot of things.
Well, there's only one other guy in the band that people would recognize.
The other guy, not the
other guy.
The other guy played the flute. He played guitar too, didn't he?
No, the show guy plays the saxophone with the blonde hair, right?
The saxophone, yeah.
The bug eyes, right?
Yeah.
Like, why do you remember that guy, right? Just with the way he looked. He never sang a note. He just played the saxophone.
Colin had the cast eye that they used that to effect in the videos too.
Oh, Colin Hay had the Marty Feldman eyes.
Yeah.
She's got Marty
Feldman eyes. I heard that song the other day, Betty Davis Eyes. It's still a fucking great song.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Really?
I hate her voice. She might as well be Janis Joplin.
It's a great
I don't know, man. I still think that's a great. Hey. Do not compare Kim Carnes to that dude.
That was a cute picture of Janis Joplin. I thought she kind of looked cute in that picture I sent. That was one of her better pictures.
Who did I say?
Dude, he looks. It looked like
Janician.
Jesus, Janice. There is not a picture in existence where that dude looks good.
Oh, poorly.
Just saying. I mean, that's how ugly Janis Joplin was. You see a picture of her where she was on her way to being really ugly. She was just ugly, and they say, "Well, she looked good in that picture." She wasn't really ugly in that. She was just ugly in that picture.
No,
she looks good.
I have nothing to say,
buddy. Kidding me? Moving on. Mink DeVille broke up in '86.
Who fucking cares?
Exactly, right? It's another one with the name, like you heard the name around in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's a cool name, right?
It is a cool name. It's got that 50s retro shit.
Yeah, it's got
Willie
that.
DeVille.
But then you listen to him and you're like,
No.
Did they have any big songs?
No.
Yes, they did.
Well, they had to because you heard about it.
Of my heart.
Yeah.
It was a minor hit, but
You know how I knew about Mink DeVille? When you bought
New York.
an Atlantic Records album and you pulled out the inner sleeve and had pictures of all the albums they've released.
yeah.
You'd always see a Mink DeVille album. That's how I knew about it.
They played the Village a lot, but yeah, I hear them on an Underground Garage a lot. I'm like,
Yeah. I love that Lou listens to Underground Garage. I love that.
Love it.
I love Garage.
Like, you listen to it too, Mark?
Lou, is Handsome Dick Manitoba still have a show? That was the best show.
I haven't heard that one in a long time. That's the thing moving to nighttime. There's a guy on Saturday night, Bill Kelly. He used to play some of my music out of WFMU out of Jersey.
See, people listening, people watching. See, this is fucking dedication to music right there. This is why I said after one episode with them, I said, fucking, it's just music gold right here. This is a gold mine. Who listens to Underground Garage?
Okay, so
I do.
Sunday night, the show, the Yes
My
Show
favorite
ends.
show.
And my daughter and her husband are driving home in their car. So it's me and my son in my car. Now, after a Prague show, you don't listen to more of the same band.
No, you don't. You're right.
I'm like, I'm not going to put the Police on. That's going to be boring. So I put on Underground Garage because you're hearing something totally backwards.
Yeah.
And they do play some newer stuff too. So it's good.
They get hooked on certain artists that I don't think are all that.
Yeah.
Like Jesse Malin, I don't. Okay, you played him enough. Maybe my opinion.
And they play too much Handsome Dick Manitoba.
Dick Manitoba.
Let's see. Phantom Rocker and Slick broke up in 1986.
I never heard anything from them, but I'll tell you, that could have been a great band.
Lou, do you know who they are?
Yes, it was Slim Jim Phantom, Lee Rocker, and Earl Slick, the session guitar player.
There you go, buddy. Look at Lou. Mark, you knew that too. I know.
Yeah.
Earl Slick. He played on John Double Fantasy. Last record, and he replaced Stevie Ray Vaughan for the Bowie tour for the Let's Dance song, right? Okay.
Yes. Well, he's a Bowie guy,
So the people that might not know, Phantom Rocker, what's his name? Lee Rocker, right? They were from the Stray Cats. They were from the Stray Cats.
So it was really the Stray Cats with Earl Slick.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who sang?
Probably Slick.
He could sing. He had pipes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very bluesy voice. Yeah.
So the Revolution, as we discovered earlier, broke up because Wendy and Lisa was formed.
And Mark was too much of a dope to realize that.
I never realized they were a couple. Like I knew
a couple.
I never knew. I never put it together.
I knew it from the videos back in the 80s.
Really?
A romantic couple.
I had that.
I just thought that was the aura that he wanted his band to put
Wait
off.
a second. What's that song? Wendy? Yes. Are you ready? I mean, come on.
Well,
Now, isn't Wendy Malvoin? Her father's a biggie in music, right? Is it a ranger or something, or
he. I think we went over he died one of the few episodes we talked about him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thin Lizzy finally broke up.
He was in Harold Melvoin and the Blue Notes, wasn't he?
Oh my God. That actually is a good one. I'll give you that. That's a good one.
You're not gonna send me to Siberia?
No, that's a good. I'll give you that one. That's a good one. Harold Melvoin. Yeah, it's the Jewish group. That's the Jewish version.
You want some music?
Yeah, Harold Melvoin and the Blue Yarmulkes.
The love I lost was a sweet love.
The love I lost.
We're pushing a couple envelopes here tonight, aren't we?
Thin Lizzy finally broke up in 1986.
Oh man, they should have broken up a few years earlier.
Was he alive then?
Yeah, he died not long after that though.
Who, Phil Lynott?
Yeah.
I was hoping they didn't die.
I thought he died before that.
No, there was no
carry on
Thin
without
Lizzy
him.
without Phil and not.
That'd be disgusting.
Well, it's like Alice in Chains going on without Lane Staley. It's disgusting.
Oh,
It's
the
totally
denim,
disgusting.
the denim guy, the guy that wears all the cute denim, and he goes out there and he sings like he's a walking ad for Levi's or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
it's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And finally, the great. Well, they were great. Then they were mocked, and now finally they're getting their appreciation thanks to a really good documentary on Netflix. And Andrew Ridgeley is getting known for being the driving force behind Wham.
Really?
Yeah, that's a great documentary, man. Watch
I have
it.
to watch it. You told me
It
about
really is good. I'm telling you. It's
on Netflix?
Andrew Ridgeley. Everyone joked on this dude. They all joked on him and they cracked it. You know, he's not. You watch that documentary, you'll realize that dude is one of the nicest fucking guys in the world. Like, this dude is as selfless a pop star that you will ever see in the history of this kid. Was just all about his friendship. That's all he cared about was his friendship with George Michael. You got to watch the documentary.
Did they stay tight after the band broke up?
You got to watch the documentary.
Okay.
And it actually, watch the documentary and it takes you to a certain point in their career. And you, if you don't walk away from this saying, you know what, that fucking dude is aces all the way. That's a friend that you want. That is a friend that everybody should have. It's just watch it, and you will have a whole new perspective on Andrew Ridgeley.
Is there a couple documentaries about them there? Is there a particular name of that one?
I'll send it to you, but I think it's called Wham. It's called Wham. Yeah. So that's it for bands that broke up and bands that were formed. Let's see. Bring out some. Let's talk about some albums, Buck.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to bring up one that it was the year that I discovered Zebra. 3.5 came out, their last album for Atlantic. I was a junior. It was supposed to be a huge album. WSOU, remember that station, Lou?
Oh yeah.
They were saying this album is going to beat the debut, which was a huge album, and it bombed. It just totally bombed. But yeah, that was a big release for me that year. 3.5 Zebra. And if you do like melodic rock, it's hard rock, but you could play it on acoustic and not be hard rock. Every song on that album you could play on acoustic. That's what makes it a good album.
SOU, that was the radio station at Seton Hall University.
Seton Hall, and they're still doing it, but they play that Cookie Monster music. I can't stand that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I remember in the 80s and 90s that was, if you want to hear some hardcore metal, from a local radio station, that was the one to listen.
They loved 3.5. They just loved it. They were just
Well, everyone thought Zebra was a local band, but they really were not. They're from Louisiana, right?
They're from two regions, New Orleans and Long Island. So New York. Okay. They were a New York band and they were a New Orleans band. Still playing.
Let's see. 5150 came out in 86.
Good album.
Yes, it did.
Right?
In my high school, that was fighting. That was the David Lee Roth camp and the Sammy Hagar camp. I was part of the Sammy Hagar camp. I liked the sound of it.
Yeah, it took a little bit to grow on me.
It had to grow on me a little bit, but it never fully grew.
The single they released sucked. Why Can't This Be Love? That was like the worst thing they could have released, to my opinion.
You know what? They could have released a better one. Yeah.
You hear them on the radio. Here's the new Van Halen single, and you hear wow, wow, wow. You're like, what the hell is this?
It's a weird. Let's think about it. That's a weird song. It's a short pop song. The time signatures are weird. It's not straight ahead. That guitar solo is just a different time signature.
And when Sammy Hagar says
that scat thing he did was just weird.
And when Sammy Hagar goes,
I did it better than him.
When he says it's got what it takes, that sounds like a commercial for like.
It really does. That's what Sade Mitter says. He goes, "It sounds like a Pepsi commercial. You're holding a can of Pepsi. It's got what it takes."
They're trying to capitalize on that synthesizer sound that they had.
And also, he used one of those early Simmons electric drum kits on that 5150. It's not a drum set he's using. Listen to the tom-tom fills. It's got that classic one-dimensional Simmons.
Oh, yeah, good enough.
That thing, yeah. I do think the David Lee Roth Eat 'Em and Smile record was a better record than 5150, though.
I did at the time, but in retrospect, I think 5150 is a more solid songwriting album. Dreams, Love Walks In, those are great songs. But to each his own, yeah.
Give us an album, Lou.
Public Image Limited. The album is called Album.
Yeah, album, yeah.
Do you know the players that he had on that record? There's monsters. That was a record where I think Bill Laswell produced it. He said he fired his band and said, bring in these hotshot players, and so he had Ginger Baker on it, Steve Vai, Bernie Worrell played on it, the late great Bernie Worrell, and Tony Williams. He was a jazz drummer. Tony Williams' lifetime. He's one of the drummers. I was not really into jazz, but I saw a jazz drummer playing with Rock Power. Like, that was amazing. He died young too.
Yeah,
but that was a good album by him.
Mark.
Right.
Gonna go with Fahrenheit from Toto, featuring Joseph Williams on vocals, who's the son of John Williams of Star Wars fame.
Really?
And it had one of their biggest hits, Some People. What was the name of that song? You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. You got to sing it.
No, I can't, because Michael McDonald's on it. I can't sing it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's one of their biggest hits.
I will.
You know what I'm talking about, Lou.
I only know Toto with the other guy.
Lou says, I'll sing that.
Rosanna.
No.
I know.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay.
Why? I'm getting a Smitty because I can't think of anything anymore. I'm like, it's one of the, it's a ballad. But anyway, that was a good album.
All right, I'm gonna give this one a shot. Okay, this album, right? Josie's on a vacation far away, recognizing I can love her. So many things that I want to say. The words love is hard to find. I just want to lose your love tonight.
Ow.
I just want to lose your love tonight.
So Lou, Lou.
I could have gone longer, but
when I worked at CPI and we used to master the cassettes for the children's choirs of Jewish music, we would say, "My earwax turned to crystals." That's just what happened.
That's funny.
But that was a good album, actually. If you know what, if you get the Outfield's greatest hits, you realize they had more than a few good songs.
Yeah,
I know the one.
What?
He likes his girls a little bit older.
Who's that?
That's on that song. I like my girls a little bit older.
A bit older. Yeah, that's right.
And it's funny they didn't continue. Like I thought he was going to be around for a long time. Great songwriter, but didn't last.
And nobody knew for the longest time that there was only two guys in the outfield. Every video they had the blind guy on the keyboard. They had the two guys with the outfield was the guy with the black hair with the mullet, right? Who sang, and then the tall blonde dude playing the guitar. They were the outfield.
Okay.
The other people were just fillers.
Yeah.
Who was the band that had that song? Oh, when they kept on driving. Before, what they call the Outback or there's another.
Oh, the Outback.
No.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. All right, Lou, give us an album.
An album. Okay. Live in New York City, John Lennon with the Plastic Ono Elephants Memory Band.
Oh boy.
They edited a lot of Yoko out, apparently.
Yes, they should.
But there's some pretty good live versions of Instant Karma, Come Together, Imagine, Cold Turkey, and Power to the People. But yeah, there was some stuff I think some fans said they thought it was not legitimate because they edited Yoko out. But
well, that's a good thing.
I agree. You know, but some of the video footage is pretty cool. They come together.
Wait, Marie Martin said I just sounded like Yoko Ono's waiting for the D train. What?
That's the comment of the night.
What?
That's great.
What? Wait a minute here. You can't.
Wait.
What?
Lou, do you want me to drop my mic for Marie? I'll drop the mic.
Yeah,
no.
Do it.
No, Marie Martin.
Mic.
No. I sing the outfield good. Now let's move on with the show. Ignore Marie Martin for at least 30 seconds. That's how we put them in the penalty box. So who's up? Who's next?
Me.
Okay.
Okay, the song from Toto was "I'll Be Over You." Remember that song? I'll be over you.
No.
No.
Huge hit. Huge.
Really?
Okay.
Maybe I didn't know it was Toto.
All right. So listen, you probably thought it was Doobie Brothers because there's Michael McDonald's.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with an album I know Scott knows, and I had a crush on her when this album came out.
Uh-oh.
Nasty Boys.
Ooh, Janet.
Nasty Control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she knows.
Dude, I was listening to her today I was like, damn, she was still she was so good.
Yeah.
Like her voice was good. She was a great performer. Like Janet was not a pain in the ass.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? She wasn't that like diva-ish. Janet was she was just fucking good.
You may not have liked her music. I did.
I
but
did.
She was doing it good. She was doing
Yeah.
great pop music.
I'll listen to a couple of things in retrospect. That's the record of hers I know most of the songs from. Was that her first record with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis? Was that the first one they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she did Rhythm Nation, and then the one where
Rhythm Nation was really good.
that, and then the one where the guy's holding her breasts on the cover. Those three albums to me are
That was
like
Michael,
all three of
wasn't
them. Those are great albums.
So there was this, when I was in the Philippines, the Airmen's Club, it's the biggest Airmen's Club in the whole Department of Defense. It was huge. It was like the size of a football field, right? And they had this big stage. And so they did a lip sync contest, right? And this girl gets up there and she starts doing Rhythm Nation, right? And she's doing good. And I think that's the video where Janet Jackson goes up, stands on the chair, and then it just kind of tips.
Yes.
And she walks off, right? So this girl's up on stage. There's like a couple hundred people at least there, right? Watching this. It was all advertised on the base because it's base entertainment. There might have been more, right?
Yeah.
And she goes up and she runs up. She steps on the chair and she puts her foot on the top of the back of the chair and it's going to lean forward, right? In the fucking chair. She didn't have the rubber. She like evidently didn't practice this.
Oh no.
Fucking wipe out from hell, right? Just thud. You could hear the thud. She pushes the back of the top of the chair forward and the bottom legs just fly out from under her. She goes down like a ton of bricks, right? But this girl was a fucking trooper. She puts that fucking chair back. The song's still playing. She fucking goes back about 15 feet and she does it again. She's bound. And at this time she puts her foot on the top of this thing and she balances on the back of the seat and she goes for it and the fucking legs go out from under her again.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Fucking boom! Right on top of the chair. She had to break a rib. Had to.
Right.
But that girl was a fucking trooper. She got that chair, she threw it behind her, and she finished her act.
Man.
Got a standing ovation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just on true grit.
Yeah.
It was a wipeout from hell. You could hear it over the music.
Yeah.
Boom! And it was like,
you know it hurt.
Oh, shit.
That hurt.
The show must go on. The show must go on.
You got to respect that.
Let's see. Oh, you know what album came out in 86? This was a good album. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, Tough Enough.
Yes. Good album.
Told you, I went in to see them. They were backing up Bob Seger, and I went in. I was working security. I could go in anytime I wanted to Boston Garden and watch the show during the show. And I didn't even want to see Bob Seger. I fell off his bandwagon when he started doing pop shit. And I went in to watch the Fabulous Thunderbirds, and they were fucking great.
Yeah.
They were great.
Did Bob Seger play We Were Making Thunderbirds?
I don't know. I didn't. I think that was the show where I was sitting there and fucking Peter Wolf was like 4 seats over and 1 row ahead of me, eating a banana. Eating a banana.
Now, Jimmy Vaughn was the total antithesis of his brother Stevie Ray, where Stevie Ray was like Jimi Hendrix, Flash, and I loved him. Jimmy was so traditional with his playing, and I loved his playing. You know?
Purist.
Yeah. All right, Lou, give me another album.
Elvis Costello, King of America.
Ah, good one.
It's known for Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. He covered that. It was out when it came out. They said it wasn't. Well, like good retrospect, they say it's one of the best records to listen to. The musicians on that are amazing. Maria McKee's on it. Roy Orbison. Oh no, wait. Jerry Sheff, Elvis's, I think he's a bass player. He played on it, and James Burton, the famous guitar player, Jim Keltner, Ron Tutt, the Attractions are on it. It's a good record. It's a little eclectic, but it's one of those things. It's an Elvis Costello album, so it's an album, not a singles album.
Yeah.
He's produced guy. I remember Mitchell Froome. He produced Crowded House.
Yeah,
he was a pretty big producer in the late 80s.
Mitchell Froome is a jazz guy. He played with Pat Metheny too. He's a very talented guy. Yeah.
He produced Maria McKee's solo record that year.
Mm-hmm.
Roy Orbison's last album, Mystery Girl. Cheryl Crow, The Globe Sessions. He produced that too.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Give me one more, Mark. We're gonna move on.
Okay. I would love to for Jack. I would love to say Graceland, but I'll go with.
I was Jack, ignoring that one, by the way.
That one's for you. One of the like first import albums I bought. I had to go to Things from England and Edgewater, spend a shitload of money, but I got the Bring on the Night Sting, the live album.
Yeah,
Bring on the Night.
And in the 80s, when record companies were pressing vinyl on real shit thin vinyl, and it sounded like crap, that album was on heavy vinyl. And I still have it. I still play it. It sounds great. But that jam on When the World's Running Down, that long jam. Have you ever heard that? That is great.
Yeah.
Great band. There's one album that came out that has the best rock review of all time, in my opinion. To me, it's like Pulitzer Prize, Nobel Prize rock review. It was the album GTR.
Yes. I love that album.
Mark, the reviews are so savaging too.
I love that album.
I
love that album.
Genesis and Steve Howe from Yes and Steve Hacker from Genesis. But JD Constant on Musician Magazine, his review was the three letters SHT.
Yeah,
that was it.
Well, you had two prog guys doing pop. I mean, what do you get?
Yeah. Well, one of the reviews said is that they managed to make two of the most distinguished guitarists in rock and roll sound like autopiloted sessioneers at a foreigner recording.
Oh,
you know what it was? You had two guitar virtuosos, but they wrote songs, and no one wanted to hear pop songs. Like they wrote good songs, you know.
Yeah, the review said they sounded like they were competing with each other, but they're two great guitar players. Steve Hackett is an very underrated guitar player. He's not recognized enough.
But yeah, he's great. He's one of my favorites. Scott, I'm surprised you didn't bring up Third Stage from Boston.
Nah, I wasn't at that point. I wasn't really a big Boston fan. I was burned out.
Good album. I liked it.
Yeah.
Peter Gill put out the So record, big record.
Yeah.
You know what albums came out? Let me run down a few. Run DMC, Raising Hell.
Yeah.
Right. That was a monster. That was the one that really, I think, broke into the white suburbia.
Yes.
You know. Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life.
Mm-hmm.
Few hits off of that album.
Yeah. I think a comeback record.
I just don't ever think he gets the credit he deserves, though.
No.
You know, he's a great. Billy Joel, The Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet.
Yeah. Go Jersey.
Lou, you and I are supposed to love that album.
Fuck yeah. I'm sorry.
No. Genesis, Invisible Touch.
Yes.
Great album. I love that.
That is a good record.
It is a good record.
I thought it was way too commercial. I was a snob back then. I was becoming
all of us. I
was an alt rock snob, but then you found yourself, when you're tapping your foot, I love Genesis.
When they did that video with Benny Hill, that's when I liked the album. I forget the name of the song, but
Already Life is Pageant.
Mark, I think this one was probably in your collection. Cinderella, Night Songs.
Yes.
Don't know what you got till it's gone. Don't know what I need till it's gone.
I blew out my vocal cords.
I could go on all night. I got that vibe strong.
That was a good album.
That was a good album. It was. That was a big videos in the Philippines too.
And Cozy Powell played on that album.
Yeah.
There's a lot, Whitney Houston. But this one, I'll end on this one. I'll end on this one. This was probably one of the biggest albums of 1986. Don Johnson, Heartbeat.
I heard it yesterday. That is.
Did you really?
I'm like, oh my god, I forgot what channel it was. I heard the chorus and I moved on. My dad liked it.
It certainly wasn't on Underground Garage.
No, it was not.
All right. For Lou, I'm going to say, remember the golden age of the box sets on vinyl where you would buy a literal box. It was Bruce Live, 75 through 85. And I remember buying that at Music Merchant, bringing it home and this box. I was like, so cool,
Yep.
Yeah, the big booklet and everything.
That came out just in time for Christmas that year.
Yes.
Do you guys have any movies? I have a fucking big list. I have a big list
I got
of
some
movies.
movies. I got some film. There's some film.
All right, let's start. So we don't necessarily have to talk about them. Let's just kind of throw out names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Mark.
Platoon.
Lou.
Sid and Nancy.
Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
Cry Me. The Name of the Rose.
Lou.
Aliens.
Back to School.
Great one.
That's why I learned to do the triple Lindy. That's a funny fucking movie.
Crossroads.
Lou.
Yes. The Color of Money.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I never saw it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, go, put me good. Put me in the.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you do.
God.
I agree. Put him in the.
And I make no apologies for not having seen that movie.
Uh,
I do.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
He's still talking. He's still ranting.
How
I
can
can
you
see
not
him.
see
He's
that
still
movie?
he's still talking. He's screaming. He's just look at I'm bringing it back on. He threw his headphones at the camera. His
Second
camera.
time he's done
Look at
it.
the angle. What are you looking at there? I
least
see
the camera's
Schmitty's upside down.
I see some real funky curtains. Oh, is he
What
in a
are
hotel room?
those curtains aren't French.
He's in a hotel
Are
room.
we saying Lou's not in Paris?
He's in Atlantic City.
Those look like a hotel room curtains.
That's Vegas or City. I don't know. One of the
Is that tile? Is that a
That might
tile
be-
floor?
He might be in Peoria.
He threw his headphones at the camera.
There's some hostility.
Oh, we got camera movement. We have look at we're getting a tour of his hotel room. Wait a minute. That's a fake backdrop. All this time, I thought that was real. Lou,
No. I'm in France. I'm in France.
what? Those curtains aren't made in France.
I'm in my bunker, man.
All right, Lou, give us another movie. Jesus.
All right. Let's see. Where am I?
I don't know. You're not in France.
Les Fly. Les Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
The Fly.
That's my first gross out movie in the 80s, I think I ever saw.
Yeah, many
That
people
was
do.
disgusting.
Mark?
The Money Pit.
Money Pit.
Money Pit.
How about Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lou?
The Hitcher.
Oh, good one.
Good movie.
Rutger Hauer.
That introduced me to
Thomas
Rutger
And
Hauer.
what's his name? Mark to something Powell.
Steve Thomas Howell.
Steve Thomas Howell, yeah.
He was Pony Boy in The Outsiders.
Yes, he was. Yeah. And he was ripped to shreds in The Hitcher. Wasn't he the one with the trucks?
Yes.
2 trucks? Did he get out of that?
Wait, he did.
He did. That's right. He had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good guy has to win. Mark?
A movie that I bought the soundtrack to first before seeing The Big Easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
The movie where Paul Newman shouldn't have won Best Picture, but Best Actor, but they decided to give it to him because he should have got it 30 years earlier for the Hustler. But no, they look. That was one of the greatest performances in movie history.
Yeah.
Paul Newman in the original Hustler, Jackie Gleason, Minnesota Fats. Fucking dark movie, dark, great.
Yeah.
Paul Newman, unbelievable, gets glossed over. They come out with The Color of Money, like, part 2, and they give him like a sympathy, fucking academy. That's what I say that was. That was a sympathy Academy Award for The Color of Money. He was good in it, but Tom Cruise was the movie.
Right.
In The Hustler, Paul Newman was the movie.
Yeah.
Jeez. See, I'm all upset now.
Come on, move on. Come on.
Yeah, move on. Lou?
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Michael Rooker. That movie was scary.
Yeah.
I saw it in a movie theater in New York. I came out looking over my shoulder. Like, you're all degenerates. My God.
Mark?
The Mission, Robert De Niro.
Oh,
Interesting.
wow. Interesting, yeah.
Pretty in Pink.
I love that movie.
With the hottie at the time, Molly Ringwald.
Isn't she pretty?
Yeah. Lou?
Manhunter.
Michael
The original Hannibal, right?
The original Hannibal, played by Brian Cox. He was good.
And who was the guy in it?
William Peterson.
Yeah, great. He was an underrated actor.
Yeah,
guys do.
That was now. If you saw that movie, the Tooth Fairy killer in that movie was terrifying.
Yes.
I thought Ray Fiennes was good in the Red Dragon, but the guy that played the original Tooth Fairy was absolutely terrible.
What was that movie in?
Manhunter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Manhunt.
Michael Mann that directed
Yeah.
Miami Vice. That was his name.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Dennis Farina's in it.
Yes.
Of all
Yeah.
people.
Mark?
You want dark? I'm going to get darker. The
Uh-oh.
River's Edge. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, dark fucking movie.
The
Yeah.
wacko Crispin Glover.
Yeah. I'm gonna lighten it up a little. The Jewel of the Nile. That was a fun movie.
Yeah.
For its time. I don't know if it aged well, but
The first movie had a better line. Put another brick on the fire.
yeah. Lou?
Meatballs 3, Summer Job.
Oh boy, digging deep on that one.
I didn't know I knew there was a third Meatballs movie. I know there was 2.
Yeah.
There
Needless
were
to say, I
20
didn't see it.
police
I thought it was
academies.
funny. Yeah,
Mark?
right.
The Three Amigos.
Yeah.
Ah.
Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Ooh. Was that with Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah.
I will break you.
Yep. Lou?
Here's one I read about. I never want to see it. I want to see it now, called Round Midnight.
Damn it.
Yeah. Was that on your
Took
list? Mark,
That was
I
on my
heard
list.
about the movie. I thought it was a Charles Bronson movie. It's, Dexter Gordon, he's a jazz saxophone player. He actually acted in it.
Yeah.
It's based upon him, Lester Young, and these guys from the 50s, about the 50s jazz scene in Paris. My backdrop.
And
But
who
Wait,
directed-
so you did
musician.
admit that you're not in Paris right now?
I'm not in Paris. No.
Okay.
No.
and
That's
Lou, do
right.
you know who directed it?
Nervous hospital.
Do you know who directed that movie?
I forgot. No.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood did direct that.
He is a big jazz fan, and
That's
he
right.
plays jazz piano.
That's
Very
right. He
good.
did. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a great
Well,
piano
yeah.
player.
I'm going to see the movie because Dexter Gordon was nominated for Best Actor for that. That's
It was a great movie.
yeah,
Great
So
movie.
you did see it then? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah. I would definitely. But you're a jazz guy, Scott. Try it. See if you like it. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
You like it.
Manhunter?
It did involve how a lot of those guys were doing some serious drugs, so it's a little dark on that end.
Manhunter? What was
No,
it?
around midnight.
Around midnight. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
My last one on my list, Mosquito Coast, Harrison Ford.
Oh,
That was a weird movie. I loved it.
Yep.
The ice machine in the jungle that blows up. That's what I remember.
Let's see. The epic. Well, I got this one first. I'm going to say this was like 2 movies. This was 2 movies in one. One half was good and the other half was fucking ridiculously bad. Spies Like Us. Stupid fucking movie. Yeah.
I hated the song. One of Paul McCartney's worst.
Yeah. Lou?
Blue Velvet.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. With what's her name? She what was her name?
Laura Dern.
The girl with the black hair. She was. Isn't she French? I think she's a French actor. Not sure.
Oh, Isabella Rossellini.
Yes, Italian. Yeah.
Italian. Nice.
Howard the Duck.
A
what's
glorious.
Hey,
bomb.
listen. You know what? Howard the Duck got some good play in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies,
right.
and all those things.
Once you
They
go
had-
duck, you never go back.
It did
Yeah.
have bestiality. They had a girl kissing a duck. So
That's right. That's
Where did the
right.
expression "go fuck a duck" come from?
where?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, you were going to tell us the story. You're the
No,
professor.
I just had nothing behind it.
All right, let's go to top 10 songs this week in 1986. Number 10, Dancing on the Ceiling, Lionel Richie.
What a feeling.
Yep. Number 9 this week in 1986, Typical Male by Tina Turner. I don't even remember that song.
No, I don't either.
Oh.
No. Number 8 this week in 1986, Run DMC, Walk This Way. Number 7 this week in 1986, Throwing It All Away, Genesis. Good song.
Good song.
Good song.
Yep. Number 6 this week in 1986, Two of Hearts, Stacy Q.
CQ.
Right?
I need you.
Lou knows it. That's awesome. Lou.
I need you. You hard.
Good one, Lou. Lou's done that in the past. That's easy.
Yeah.
I've done that in karaoke many nights.
There you go.
Yeah.
Number 5 this week in 1986, Dreamtime by Daryl Hall.
That was a good song.
Yep. Number 4 this week in 1986, Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone
Simple.
by
Simple Minds.
Don't
not-
Forget Me
wait,
When
Glass
I'm
Tiger.
Gone.
Glass Tiger.
Glass Tiger, yep. Number 3 this week in 1986. When I Think of You, Miss Janet. Yeah.
I touch myself.
When I think of you. Number 2 this week in 1986. Friends and Lovers, Gloria Loring and Carl Anderson. One-hit wonders. And number 1, this album actually came out in 86. Number 1 is Stuck With You. Huey Lewis and the News off of
4.
Yeah, I think
that was a big
that
record.
was a good album.
What do you guys think of Huey Lewis and the News?
Hey, you know what? Entertaining.
Yeah.
Never had any issues. He never tried to be anything that he wasn't.
No, definitely a good band. They were actually a good band behind.
He was a likable guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a likable guy. He was always, happy. Made it later in life, you know.
Yeah. And I was a metalhead in high school, but every time Huey Lewis songs came out, I'm like, those are good.
And they had good videos. They had happy, upbeat videos.
Yeah.
And Jacob's Ladder is still, though, my favorite song.
That is mine, too.
Yeah.
And Hip to Be Square also.
If you seen American
I just
Psycho,
heard that too much, I think.
Did you see the movie American Psycho?
Yeah.
Hip to Be Square is
Hip to Be
immortalized.
Square, yeah. Album charts. Top 10 albums this week in 1986. Number 10, Control by Miss Janet Jackson.
There you go.
Number 9 this week in 1986 on the album charts, Invisible Touch by Genesis.
Yeah.
Number 8 this week on the album charts in 1986, Slippery When Wet, Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Number 7 this week
Arthur.
in 1986 on the album charts, The Bridge, Billy Joel.
Okay.
Number 6 this week, Marie Martin. I'm trying to ignore it because she called me Yoko.
That was 30. You said
But I can't ignore Marie. I got to give her my
Well,
attention.
you did kill our ears tonight, Scott.
Hey,
Huey Lewis was good in duets.
Hey,
Yeah.
when I run this through AI, right? I run this through an AI afterwards,
Perry?
and it does the whole it breaks it.
Wait. Is Perry working for you? This is come on.
I hired somebody else. Don't tell Perry.
He already knows.
He already knows.
Because AI knows everything.
He's tuned in.
Okay. Where was I? Number 6. Let me see. Number 6 this week in 1986. Back in the High Life, Steve Winwood. Number 5 this week in 1986. True Blue, Madonna. See, this all matches up. We've had in the past top 10 songs, and like 2 of the albums are on the top 10 charts, right? So these are all matching up.
You know why though?
Why?
This was still the era when an album mattered. So you had an album. No, there's no albums anymore.
But we've done these from the 70s, and it's mismatched.
Yeah, it's true.
It's kind of weird. Number 4 this week in 1986 on the album charts, 4 by Huey Lewis and the News. Number 3 this week in 1986 on the album charts, Raising Hell, Run DMC. Number 2, this was a monster. This was the movie of the year, actually, Top Gun. The Top Gun soundtrack. And number 1 this week in
Highway to the Danger Zone, right?
Yeah, yep. Kenny Loggins had a good had a pretty good run at movie scores.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You know, had a pretty good Caddyshack, Top Gun.
He's never been in the Danger Zone though.
Number 1 this week in 1986, Dancing on the Ceiling, Lionel Richie.
I still say on Hello, that is a great guitar solo. Really good guitar solo.
Okay.
What was his catchphrase? What was his catchphrase?
Who?
Lionel Richie.
My daughter is going to be a reality star.
No, outrageous.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Uh,
I saw a
Use it
fucking
for a whole
meme. I
year.
saw a meme of a picture of Lionel Richie's face, right? And it's on a piece of paper that's stapled to a telephone pole, and there's phone numbers hanging underneath. And the words on the face say, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?" And then you pull the tab if you've seen me. Fucking great. Some people are really, really clever.
Yeah.
This day in music, Mark. There you go. Yay. On this day in 2020, Taylor Swift. I don't care. On this day in 2015, Stevie Wonder divorced from fashion designer Kai Millard and was finalized after several years in court. The pair were married in 2001, but split in 2009. Stevie filed for divorce in 2012. And why they divorced?
I see a joke coming.
She was seeing other guys.
I thought you were gonna say he
just
drove
made
her
that
home.
up.
I thought you were gonna say he drove her home from the.
I just made that up. No, she was seeing other guys. Yeah, I like that.
Aye, aye, sir.
On this day in 2011, David Cassidy filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Sony, claiming he had not been paid royalties for sales of Partridge Family merchandise, which bear his image, including lunchboxes. Who didn't have one of those? Magazines and board games. Cassidy told CNN, "It's just a matter of being fair and doing the right thing. Just to be fair, be real, be genuine, don't be greedy." And they don't give you the result of the lawsuit. On this day in 2008, Pink. Okay. On this day in 2007, Hanson. Okay. On this day in 2006, Michael Jackson. Jeffrey Bora, who admitted secretly videotaping Michael Jackson on a private jet, was sentenced to 6 months of home detention and fined $10,000. Imagine if I ever got sentenced
for filming
to
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Bora, who was the owner of the private jet firm ExtraJet, had instructed an employee to buy and install 2 video recorders on the plane.
Oh, okay. All right.
Chuck Berry thing.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Imagine the live streams I'd be doing if I was put on 6 months house arrest. Oh my God, I'd be fucking out of control. Hey, by the way, I'm thinking, the King of Facebook show is coming back soon, and I'm thinking, I think I might start off big. I saw this thing the other day. I'm going to take a steak and cheese sub, right? Or you people call it a cheese steak. Steak and cheese sub.
That's what
and
it is.
I'm going to order a pizza, cheese pizza, uncut, right? Unlike a Jewish guy, and I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna roll.
Don't make me laugh.
I'm gonna roll the pizza over and cut it like and it'll be like an Italian burrito.
As long as you
eat the thing,
as long as you don't have mayonnaise on it, it'll be fine.
Why
I
not?
might just have to dip it in some just because.
Ranch dressing.
I got to put mayo on the steak and cheese though. I have to.
Yeah.
On this day in 2006, reggae legend Bob Marley was honored with a heritage plaque. Who cares? On this day in 2003, Beyonce. Who cares? On this day in 2002, Kelly Clarkson. Who cares? On this day in 2000, the Beatles. Who cares? On this day in 2000, the UK TV show Top of the Pops issued a top 40 chart based on singles that had spent the longest time on the UK charts. Number 3 was My Way by Frank Sinatra. Number 2 was She Loves You by the Beatles. And the song that lasted the longest time on the UK charts, it was a monster. It was a retail extravaganza. It was a boom. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax.
Oh,
That
man.
video was like
Merchandise.
banned, or it was considered.
Well, there was two videos.
Yeah.
One was from was it Body Double? What was the name of that movie?
I saw the one with the orgy in it. That's the one.
that was the one from the movie. Was it Body? It was that. It was a
Not Body Double.
No. It was the one where the guy looks across to the apartment building, and he sees this guy murder the lady. He's watching it go from room to room.
Yeah.
What was the name of that fucking?
It's a good movie too. It's a good film.
It was really weird. It's the dude. It's the actor that looks like Bill Maher.
Mickey
Let's
Rourke.
see.
Mickey Rourke.
No, it wasn't him. No. What was the movie? Did Sam Peckinpah do it, or one of those guys?
Yeah, it was. Oh fuck. Peckinpah was dead by then.
Come on, I gotta find this. The Hollywood, because it's a great movie.
What year did it come out?
I'm looking it up.
80s. I think it was the 80s.
Early?
I saw it
It
on
was the
HBO.
80s. It was
Yeah,
definitely the 80s. Let me
Brian
see.
Brown. Was Brian Brown in it?
Well, it was like Body Double. I had a lot of gratuitous.
I'm thinking of FX. Is it FX?
Yeah. No.
Nope. Let me
Back
see.
was FX.
Genre, length. I'm gonna
Care Bears
find this.
movie.
Wasn't it the same guy that was in Body Double?
Trevor,
William Hurt.
That was produced by Trevor Horn, by the way.
What was it?
Relax.
Yeah.
that
That
album. Yeah.
That album.
Release, critical reception, original mixes, videos. So here we go. It would say it here. So the first official music video for Relax, directed by Bernard Rose and set in an S&M themed gay nightclub featuring the band members accosted, blah, 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 drag queen, and an emperor was banned from MTV. Early 84, the group reformed. Let me see. Brian De Palma, Body Double. It was Body Double. I was right. Yeah, Brian De Palma's Body Double.
Maria's talking about there was a remake of that movie with that was a Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Oh, that was the Rear Window. That was Rear Window.
And Johnny Depp was in the remake, I think, of that.
Yeah, that was Rear Window. No, this was Body Double. It's kind of the same, but then it goes on.
Yeah.
That was a good. I might actually watch that again.
Yeah.
Body
I have
Double.
it on DVD.
It's very 80s the way it's filmed, but Brian De Palma had that really weird way of making movies too.
He was great.
Yeah, he really was.
Did he do the Untouchables? I think
he did. Yes. Yeah. On this day in 1999, Roger Daltrey announced that The Who were reforming, making their first performance in Las Vegas on October 29th. The show was also to be broadcast live on the internet. On this day in 1996, Breakfast at Tiffany's by American group Deep Blue Something was #1 in the UK charts, and nobody cares. On this day in 1992, American singer Eddie Kendricks of The Temptations died at age 52 of lung cancer.
That's
1 year after having one lung. Yeah. That's too young. That's fucking way too young.
Keep on trucking, babe.
On this day in 1991, Guns N' Roses started a two-week run at #1 in the U.S. album charts with Use Your Illusion 2.
Who the fuck cares?
The album was released on September. Exactly.
Should have been one album.
Exactly. Yeah. Big Head Todd Sockman had that one. On this day in 1989, Motley Crue played a warm-up show for their forthcoming Dr. Feelgood tour at the Whiskey A Go-Go under the pseudonym The Foreskins. The show was also used for the filming of the next video, Kickstart My Heart. That's a radical song. Yeah. That is a revved up song right there.
That's a good album.
Let's see. I remember this. On this day in 1987, former Smiths guitarist Johnny Marr began rehearsals with the Pretenders in preparation for the band supporting U2 on their North American tour. I remember he got with them. Yeah. He jumped around. He was like a hired gun for a little while. On this day in 1985, Midge Ure was #1 and nobody cared.
Midge Ure.
Your urinalysis, whatever his fucking name
Ultravox. He co-wrote the Band-Aid song. Do they know it's Christmas?
Yeah.
Scott
really cares.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, let me just fucking read it then. Yeah, it was #1 in UK singles charts with If I Was. The former Ultravox and Silk singers only solo #1. The song features Mark King of Level 42. Because there's something about you, baby, tonight. That's Level 42, not Ultravox or whatever. On this day in 1984, Queen played the first of 9 concerts at the Sun City Super Bowl, Sun City, Republic of Botswana. I'm not going to play Sun City.
Going to play Sun City.
Fuck him. On this day in 1980, UK Weekly, the NME, had Joy Division. She's lost control. I just lost control of that. She's lost control. That's a great video if you ever see it for Joy Division. As single of the week, the song is about a girl who singer Ian Curtis worked with at a disability center. One day she didn't come to the center, and Ian later learned she died from an epileptic seizure. He would go on stage and act. He would go into these like fucking fits. It looked like he was epileptic. They said he would go into this like trance when he was on stage. He was very recluse, reserved.
I've got his biography. Everyone said I have to read it. I bought it, and it's sitting on the shelf.
Watch the documentary on Joy Division.
Yeah, they
have clips of the movie, of concert clips, and it's really interesting. Really interesting. That's how I got my brother Colin turned into Joy Division. On this day in 1975, Stevie Wonder appeared at the Wonder Dream concert in Kingston, Jamaica. And nobody cares. On this day in 1974, Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells went to #1 for the first time. I had the record disc. I had the picture disc.
Fuck me.
See, last week it was Lou.
There's a
this week.
Oh, that's what that was. That was always will be attached to The Exorcist.
But we're talking the Tubular Bells.
but it
Okay.
will always be attached to The Exorcist.
Okay, I get it. It's attached.
I didn't say the See You Next Tuesday.
Baby.
Okay.
I didn't say
Spare a
the
nickel
word
for an altar boy, father.
I did not
Spare
say
a
the
nickel for
word.
an altar boy, father.
I did not say the word that shall not be said.
Okay. On this day in 1974, Olivia Newton-John started a 2-week run on the number one in the U.S. singles charts with "I Honestly Love You."
Wow. Yeah.
Let's see. The singer's first of 5 U.S. chart toppers. On this day in 1974, the Beach Boys went to number 1 in the U.S. album chart with "Endless Summer," the group's second U.S. number 1.
Yep.
On this day in 1973, Elton John released his 7th studio album, his best album, I think, "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road,"
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
under the working titles "Vodka and Tonics" and "Silent Movies, Talking Pictures." I think we'd gone over this before. Bernie Taupin wrote the lyrics to the album in 2.5 weeks, with John composing most of the music in 3 days.
And it's his 7th album. By the
Yep. While staying at the Pink Flamingo Hotel in Kingston, Jamaica. "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road" is now sold over 30 million copies worldwide.
Jamaica
and is
jerk
his
off.
best selling. Yep. On this day in 1970, Led Zeppelin 3 was released
Ah,
on Atlantic Records. Isn't that my...
yep.
That's my pinball machine.
That's my favorite Led Zeppelin album cover.
Yeah. On this day in 1967, the Doors played the final night of a 5-night run at Steve Paul's Scene in New York City, which is a shithole now.
I disagree. I was there last week. Now, come
Oh
on.
my God. Okay. On this day in 1966, having moved to, I'm not getting into this discussion with you. Having moved to and living in London, England, Jimi Hendrix, Mitch Mitchell, he's still giving me the finger. Noel Redding played
Irish
together
too,
for the
Scott.
first time as the Jimi Hendrix Experience. On this day in 1965, Johnny Cash was arrested crossing the Mexican border into El Paso, Texas, after customs officials found hundreds of pills in his guitar case.
Hundreds of pills.
Hundreds of pills.
Johnny liked his pills.
He liked it. Yes, he did.
And he was sneaking across into the Mexican border.
Yeah.
Oh.
Crossing the Mexican border. Give me my water.
Was
Eddie
he
Money?
evading?
Did Eddie Money sing that song?
You know, Eddie Money put out he had 11 top 40 hits. He put out an album in 86.
What does Marie Martin say? Dexedrine Spansules. There you go.
I like that.
Is
It's
it
Yeah.
a band, is
a good
it a
name
band
for a
name?
band.
Dexedrine.
Actually,
Dexedrine's Midnight Rider. Midnight Rider.
Lou, that's a good name for a instrumental we should write.
Dexedrine. What's this? What's the
Spansules.
Spaniels? What's the
But we got to give
Spansules?
Marie credit. Yeah, if we do it.
Yeah, she knows her shit.
What
I
is
give
a
her credit.
Spansiel, though?
She called me Yoko, but I can't deny she knows her shit.
She was right.
She does.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
you know what? I'm getting payback. I'm getting payback right now for the Yoko Ono. Right here we go. Are you ready?
Take my
Are you
headphones
ready?
off.
I wondered. Let's see. No. She called me Yoko Ernia. Right? So I'll say this: Marie Martin knows. She knows a lot about music for a girl.
Oh.
Come on, Scott.
I will not go down without a fight.
But she's sticking the show out to the end. She's a trooper. Come on.
She's a mute for a girl.
Ooh. Yeah, Joan Jett's a girl. She could kick your ass.
Joan Jett might tell you otherwise. You should have said Lita Ford.
I'll lead it forward. I saw her. Oh, my God.
Whoa! So Marie gave me the two. She gave me two grumpy faces
Angry.
emojis.
Hey,
Two
Marie, I'll
grumpy
do this
face
for you.
emojis.
I'll just do
Not
this
one.
For you.
See, look at that. You speaking for Marie right now, and okay.
Hey,
Don't.
I think Martin. Are we all Irish? We can do that. You know, it's like it's an Irish thing.
Look at this. This shows, three Irish people in an Italian.
You were going
something
to
to be
say
said
something
about
else
this.
that starts with
Oh,
a
so
G. I
long.
heard it coming.
Oh, she called me. She
You're a
says
mean
you're
girl.
a mean girl. I am not.
That's funny.
Don't push me, girl.
No, he's not a mean girl. He's a nasty boy.
I'm a nasty boy. All right, let's get this done. The Beatles, in this day in 1962, the Beatles' debut single, Love Me Do, was released in the UK. Spent 26 weeks on the chart, peaked at number 17.
Damn.
Yeah. George Martin has said when Love Me Do was released, it was the day the world changed. I could go with that. I could go with that.
Yeah.
And on this day in 1958, Cliff Richard of the Shadows played their first gig together when they appeared at Victoria Hall in Hanley, England. Let's see, who was born on this day? Born on this day in 1988. We don't care. Born on this day in 1985. Don't care. Born on this day in 1978. Maroon 5. Don't care. Born on this day in 77. Don't care.
Born in the 80s, we don't care.
Born on this day in 66. Presidents of the year, don't care. Born on this day in 61. Man, Counting Crows, don't care. Born on this day in 1960. Don't care. Born on this day in 57. Okay, I'll give this guy.
The show prep is just fucking awesome.
I'll give this guy credit. All right. Born on this day in 1957, Lee Thomas, the sax and vocals from the English spa band Madness.
Yeah, there you go.
That's him doing that. That's him. Let's see. Our house in the middle of the street. Our house. Born in the same 1955, Leo Barnes from the Irish rock group Hot House Flowers. Born in this day in 1952, doesn't even say what he is. Born in this day in 1951, Bob, I'm a douche, Geldof. He had too much airtime on this show.
You got it in for the guy.
He says way too much airtime on this show.
Yeah, but he's a fellow Irishman.
Sir douche, Bob Geldof.
Hey, listen.
No, I'm not listening.
Are you done yet? No.
Is he Lord Douchebag now?
I got something to say when you're done.
Are you done? He just fucked me up. Are you done yet? You sound like Jack. I just had flashbacks to Jack.
Well, we're guitar players. We think.
Okay. What do you have to say, Mr. Guitar Man?
On this day, I received the new Steve Wilson album, who is my idol from England. And I didn't order it on CD. I ordered it on Blu-ray because I only listen to surround. So I just want to say, Lou, this week on Music Relish, I'll probably hijack the show and talk about the album.
Okay.
All right.
I thought you were going to talk about Timbuk 3.
Well, no, but Scott,
but Morrissey
put out an album,
you change format more than I do.
If Morrissey put out an album and you could only get it from England and you ordered it and you got it today, you would say something. I had to order this fucking thing from England.
I'd be excited. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my guy. Steve Wilson is my guy. So
you got it.
I'm very happy. So be happy.
You want to keep talking about it?
I'm going to shut up and I'm going to just.
Are you sure? Are you sure now? Are you sure?
Accommodating.
Sure.
Born in this day in 1950. We all appreciate this guy. At least the three of us do. British guitarist Eddie Clark.
Yes.
Fast
Eddie Clark.
Fast Eddie Clark.
Oh, You know what I discovered?
He had that
band, but he had that band Fastway, which were like an 80s heavy metal band. The singer, Dave King, formed... Oh, fuck. It was an Irish-inspired band. I was shocked that he went
I thought that was the name of the band. You said he formed... Oh, fuck.
Dave King.
I thought that was the name of the band.
Hold on. You keep talking.
I plan on it. Yeah. Born on this day, don't care. Born on this day. Oh, Lucius Ross, rhythm guitarist for Funkadelic. From 1968 to 71, he played on their first three albums. Born on this day in 1947, Brian Johnson.
47.
Yeah. Let the kill. Let's see. Born on this day in 1945, some Irish guy. Oh, okay. Brian Conley singing with the English pop group Sweet. Right? Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah.
Fox on the Run.
Little
Love
Willie.
Is Like Oxygen. Those are three pretty decent songs, right?
Yeah,
there.
they were. Is that the singer?
Yeah.
He died young.
Yeah. He died of liver failure in 97. It
was the drink.
Yeah.
An Irishman dying of liver failure.
Imagine that.
Oh, my God.
Born on this day in 1943, he's a joker. He's a toker. He's a midnight smoker.
Perry's favorite singer, Steve Miller.
He is a good singer, actually.
He is. Yeah.
He's a great guitar player.
I saw him back up Journey, and he did well. He did well.
Yeah.
Except for Abracadabra.
That's where I was going, but I think we all know that.
Lou,
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out and grab you.
Oh boy.
Born in
Bang,
1942,
bang.
Richard Street from the Temptations. Let's see. Let's give this lady a little shout out. Born this day in 1941, Arlene Smith, singer from the Chantels. Let's see.
I got a little follow up here.
What?
Dave King, the heavy metal singer of Fastway, and no, it wasn't Dropkick Murphys. He formed Flogging Molly. What a difference!
Flogging Molly, yeah.
From a that's like amazing. They went from there. Yeah.
And finally, born on this day in 1938, just because he's the last one on the list and he's ending the show, Carlo Mastrangelo. In honor of Italian Heritage Month, Carlo Mastrangelo from Dion and the Belmonts.
Italo
With
rock.
their big hit was
Run Around Sue.
Keep away, I'm gonna run around Sue. I said, hey.
I think the Wanderer was a solo. I think the Wanderer was just Dion.
Okay.
Yeah, Damucci.
So there you go, gentlemen. There you have it. That's the show. We got it in under 2.5 hours. See, Mark, I did you a solid today.
And tomorrow's
Mark,
Friday.
he gets
I
an
kind of
extra
like
5 minutes of sleep.
I like these Thursday shows because at least I only have to get through Friday. So
We can move it to Thursday. I move it to any day, really. I mean, I don't care. We can talk about it if you want. It's whatever works for you guys. Did we come up with Wednesday because of Lou's schedule or something? Or?
Really?
Lou, how do you?
I thought it was something where we had to move it to Wednesday, but
no, you started that with Jack.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
because actually Thursday would be better for me because
all
work
right.
stuff and my son comes down
It's Todd Sockman's going to have to wait an extra day
to be entertained.
to be entertained, but okay. Well, we'll start doing it on Thursdays. Dr. Vera works till 7 anyways, so by the time she gets home, her dinner will be waiting for her, all warmed up on the stove, and I'll be setting up in the studio.
Some sandwich you stole for her
some
somewhere.
Yeah, some sandwich I stole from some veterans conference in West Palm Beach.
Finger sandwich. It's a finger sandwich, honey. It's a finger sandwich.
But what I did though with that sandwich that I got it, I got a little fancy with it. I toasted it for her.
Nice.
I toasted it, all nice and crusty. She thought it was spectacular.
Any added condiments?
I told her, it's whatever she wanted to put on it. You can't toast things with mayo on it.
No, you cannot.
The mayo has
Hot
to go
mayo
on it
sometimes,
at the
yeah.
end. Yeah. Well, maybe you could toast something with mustard, maybe, but
That would work. That works better.
Yeah, but
mayo
not
decomposes. Ugh.
warm mayo is kind of like, and I love mayo, but
Do you like it on a burger?
you know what? For the longest time I did the ketchup and the mayo, but know what I've been doing for like the last 2 years? I just ketchup, mustard, and pickles. Very simple.
Like McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way I do it now. But I need the sweet and spicy pickles. Yeah.
At least you didn't leave the food in your car like I did once for a week, and then you open the trunk and.
Oh.
Oh no! I'm
Went to
going to be a topper right now. So a friend of mine, when we were working customs K9 down in Miami, right?
Yeah.
It was a cutthroat group of people. Like it's a dirty job, and it's very like you just got to be a different type of person. This dude was going on leave for like 2 weeks, so me and this other guy, and he was a dog handler. Me and this other guy, we got into his he had a patrol car, like a van, right? And we had got some dog poop, and we put it in a plastic bag, and we stuck it under the driver's seat. And it was the summertime, and he came back and he opened that door, right? He said it had permeated into the foam in the seats. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
All right.
Ruthless.
I got one almost better for you.
Okay.
You know when you buy Purdue chicken in the supermarket, it's in a shrink wrapped tray. It's like the plastics around it. So I used to buy chicken breast, and it was summer, and it must have slid out of the bag because 3 days after I went shopping, I'm like, where's that chicken? I opened the trunk and I kind of smelled something, but when I saw it, I just said, like, my son, I think my son was like really young. He was going to grab it. I said, don't touch it because the plastic had expanded. I knew it was gonna
Full of
And that's like-
gases.
It's basically a dead body in the sun.
Body in the sun.
Oh,
Oh man.
Nice. Well, gentlemen, as I always say,
Great end to
thank
the
you
show.
for your time. Thank you for your knowledge, but most of all, thank you for your friendships. I truly, truly appreciate you guys.
Thank you for putting up with me on an off night.
Nah, you were great, buddy. You were great. You guys are always great. Even on a bad night, you guys are good, and I always appreciate the time and the effort that you do, that you put aside for this podcast that doesn't seem to have an end in sight, but that's okay. Marie Martin says, good show. See you next time. Marie, thank you very much for watching. Thank you
thanks, Marie.
for participating.
Thanks,
of
Patty.
course, Patty, I love you. We love you. I'll be on Sunday morning, Patty. You know what that's all about. So Coffee with the King. And, we'll see how it goes.
What time do you do that show on Sunday?
I do it at a weird time. We do it like 7:45 in the
Oh.
morning.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to sleep about that
It's
time.
Sunday. I'm actually.
Some
I'm
people say it's
awake.
too early, but there's a whole group of people that say that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because I used to do it like 8:15, and someone's like, "Oh, you did it too late," and I'm like, I really can't balance it, so I came up with that kind of time.
I'm actually up at that time.
Maybe I'll do it at 8 o'clock. Maybe
Is it
I'll
on
start doing
YouTube?
it at 8 o'clock.
Is that,
Huh?
is it live Facebook?
Yeah. It's a live stream. It's a live stream. It's on.
You have it on YouTube?
Yeah. It's but
We're
it's a different channel. The
promoting
King
it.
of Facebook channel. It's not on this channel.
Okay.
King of Facebook channel. It's a whole different character. It's a whole different thing. But
I've seen it.
I'll check in as I'm getting
it's
ready to
the
leave.
King of the Coffee with the King is it's kind of low key, but it can get out of hand sometimes. Big
I'm
Bubba's
so
making
surprised.
his big comeback this week. Big
Who is?
Bubba. Big Bubba.
I remember
My
him.
sidekick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my sidekick. Yeah, that shit was kicking off when you guys first met me.
Okay.
I was commenting on one of those shows.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, if everybody's listening still, or you turned it off, I don't know. Make sure to check out the Music Relish Show with Mark Lou and Perry Dedovich, the AI. Is that the one with the naked men?
Oh,
Marie,
boy.
you do watch. She watches all my live streams.
Hold on a second.
She's
here.
a fan. They're naked. She's like, ooh, look at that. They're naked. Look at the muscles on them. Oh, naked. Look, who need all them muscles? Who needs all them muscles? I wouldn't want all that. Ooh, look at them muscles. That's Marie. That's what she does. She's in there. She's rubbing her hands together like a fly. Ooh, look at them. Look at them muscles. Yeah, and like I was saying, make sure you check out the Music Relish Show. They have a YouTube channel, and I think you guys are on podcast platforms, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, and as I always say, you guys are the engine that runs this machine. Without you, it would just be me talking to these two, and that's not a bad thing when it comes to music. And as I always say, and I will be seeing my man Sunday night, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, doing the show for you. The pleasure, the privilege is mine. There will be no show next week, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be in Boston.
Ah,
I'm going to see Nick Cave.
the cave, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, on Tuesday. And I'll be back Thursday night at 9 o'clock. So,
Have a good time at Morrissey. Enjoy.
oh yeah, it's going to be fun. Of course. If he shows up.
Yeah. The air conditioning better be on.
Nah, he's getting over dengue. He had dengue fever or something like that. He canceled 2 weeks of shows in Mexico.
Yeah, Ben Gay Fever?
Yeah. Anyway. All right, everybody. I'm going to download this beast, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody.